Hello and happy time zone, fellow travelers. Welcome to the first ever episode of Fast Travel, the show where we hop aboard the metaphorical GDQ plane to take in the sights, sounds, and of course, speedruns from different regions around the world. My name is NickRPGreen and I will be your captain throughout this expedition. And our very first stop, seeing as we had to stop off at my home country to pick me up, is of course the United Kingdom. So, obviously where I'm from. And every episode we will be traveling to a different area of the world. The next episode is already locked in, so make sure you stay tuned till the end to find out where our globe-trotting adventure will take us next. But let's not worry too much about the future. Let's worry about where we are right now. The United Kingdom is an amazing area for speedrunning. There are several fantastic live speedrun events that go on, the biggest being the United Kingdom Speedrunner Gathering. There is also one at Warwick University, and there's a lovely little one in Wales called Insta Speedathon. So there's plenty going on in the UK. But what about the games? Well, there are plenty of video games developed in the UK. And therefore, we have plenty of British speedrunners speedrunning British games. And I have brought 3 of them along with me on tonight's journey. In a little while, we will have Howlin' Mad Mike running Robocop. Later on, we will have Infinity Gene running Croc 2. But to get us started, we have got something very, very special because we have got a mascot game that features what used to be the absolute pinnacle of British Saturday night television in the UK in the 90s. It is weird, it is wacky, and if you have never met Mr. Blobby before, then you are in for something special, I think is the right word. And to take you through his MS-DOS adventures, I'd like to hand over to our very first runner for Fast Travel, Garlips. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you so much, GDQ. Hello, everybody. I'm here to tell you what Mr. Blobby is, and by the end of today, you might regret listening. But don't turn away. This is Mr. Blobby, and he is a cornerstone of 90s television, especially for kids my age. I'm 38 myself, and I'm still a kid. I'm still playing Mr. Blobby as well, ironically. I'd like to introduce you to my 2 friends who I brought with me. I've got Decky F on the couch.
Hello.
Fellow runner of this game, and also I've got another fellow runner of this game on the couch, Handsome Strife.
Hello. Yes, used to be the world record holder of this title for a little bit when I cheated. Found a way to play the game faster on a different emulator.
Yes, I remember that day. I was in a mad rush to get upstairs and turn my computer on so that I could beat you again and take world record back.
Yep.
Heady days in the Blobby speedrun. We'll get on to explaining exactly who Mr. Blobby is. We can do that while we do the runs, but I will explain what's happening here today. We've got 3 runs for you, a showcase of 3 different categories. We've got any percent creamless, and don't worry, we will explain what that means. And then we've got any percent, and then we've got a blindfolded any percent, which we've called blob folded because of course. We're going to be running all 3 for you today, and we'll explain why the any percent has changed and become 2 different categories. But let's just get started. So what we're going to be doing here, any percent creamless, this category uses a level select code to get to the last level in the game and just plays the last level as fast as you possibly can. So without any further ado, I'll count us down and we'll get started. So we'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo!
I hope you like pink. Thank you. Right, I think you should probably tell the people who Mr. Blobby is.
Mr. Blobby. Oh, what a character. Back in the early 90s, there was a show hosted by I don't know what he was. Was he a comedian?
Yeah.
Or was he just a TV presenter, I guess?
Yeah. Presenter, broadcaster.
Yeah. And he had a TV show on at Saturday nights, which took place in the fictional castle of Crinkly Bottom. pretty sure that's what it was anyway.
Yes.
And Mr. Blobby was one of the characters of this show, and pretty much stole the show from everyone. He is pretty much a Pokemon. He can only say his own name, and he is ball shaped. So the similarities kind of end there. He is a agent of chaos and destruction, and was used many a time to lure unsuspecting celebrities into having to engage with him for little stunts and things.
Probably worth noting, it is a man in a big plastic suit.
Yes.
Yeah.
A very scary big plastic suit.
Yes.
He's got these kind of like fish eyes that kind of wibble as well.
He's like one of the most...
I was just going to say, he's like a very scary pink version of Mr. Bean, essentially. It's all about slapstick and falling over the place.
Oh, now you're thinking everyone's going to know who Mr. Bean is. All right, so Mr. Bean. I was terribly upset, actually, because about 2 years ago, I think, the Mr. Blobby suit came up for auction on eBay.
It did.
What, the actual one?
One of the actual
suit.
ones, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How much did that go for?
Cheaper than you'd think.
Have you got it at home now?
Blobby. But yeah, that's kind of who Mr. Blobby is, and this game, if you can call it that, is a kind of cash-in that they did on the hype and popularity of Mr. Blobby. It's actually a reskin of another game. I believe something Trolls.
Super Trolls Island, yeah.
Thank you, Deck. Yeah, Super Trolls Island. So the object of the game in Super Trolls Island is you have to complete gates, which is basically running around and colouring them in. And when you do that, you defeat the Mist, which is not a Blobby-specific thing. It is a Trolls game-specific thing that they just didn't bother to think about changing.
Yeah.
Same with all the enemies and all of the theming of this is the only consistent thing is Mr. Blobby, as it should be.
Yeah, he had a Christmas #1 the year before, so I think they were kind of cashing in on the whole... This game came out for Christmas, I believe, 94, the year after, so they were really trying to cash in on that whole Blobby craze. There was a theme park that fell into disrepair. It's...
Oh, yeah.
There's so much lore, chat, that you're not prepared, you're not ready for it. You need to go home and study after the stream, okay?
I'm pretty sure most parents... Oh, go on.
No, go on.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure most parents in 94 threatened their kids if they weren't good, they were going to get Mr. Blobby on MS-DOS.
Yeah, I mean, what was coming out at the time? Like Sonic 3? Like,
Yeah.
So many better options.
Has Mr. Blobby got a fez on in this game?
He does right now, yes. So there are a number of different hats you can collect, and they have different properties. The fez makes you jump higher, and we've simply got that on so that we can do some bigger jumps during the any percent.
Yeah, it's kind of a vital part of this run to get that hat as early as possible, because it allows you to basically get to certain places that you wouldn't be able to with a normal jump. So the route that is being taken here is very meticulous in terms of the layout. We won't talk about the map layout, but the map layout is in a very peculiar shape, so you have to do it in a very specific way for speed-related purposes. For instance, right now, Garlips is going to take a death, but that's actually fine.
It's faster.
Leads on to another segue of, oh look, there's Mrs. Blobby and Baby Blobby.
Yeah, we are now Mrs. Blobby.
Yeah.
But part of the reason, so in the run, in the any percent run, you actually do want to take a death. Part of the reason being, if you don't take a death, you get a bonus round, I believe. Is that right, Garlips?
Yeah, so there are bonus levels that can happen sometimes for not dying during a level. sometimes for getting a high score during a level, etc. And you're trying to avoid that. I've basically been eating all of the items that I find. And the reason I'm doing that is because if at the end of the level there are still items on the floor that you haven't eaten yet, you get like a 30-second penalty time where you just have to sit and wait. So the intentional death...
We say it's penalty time. In the game's mechanics, it's giving you the opportunity to get your score up.
It is, yeah. But so we don't want that to happen. So the intentional death and the picking up and eating of items is very kind of like specifically tailored to make sure that we don't get any of those extra pauses.
I mean, I saw you got a good clock earlier. It behaved this time.
Yeah. See, the problem is, like, there's one enemy down here that if you shoot it with a cream pie, another enemy will come out of it. Look, see that? Ooh. Now, that's not coded very well.
That's the exact sentence that you wanted, right, Nick, on your first thing when you shoot an enemy with a cream pie?
Totally harmless.
It works. It works.
Yeah.
Okay, we've now finished nearly all of the gates. We've just got 2 left. So I'm going to whirlwind through here because whirlwind makes you immune to spikes. And there's some spikes there that slow us down. Now, if I've done everything correctly, what will happen is when I finish this last gate, it should spit out some items and I'll eat them. And if we fade to black immediately, that will mean I've done it right. Yes. Oh, thank goodness. I thought we hadn't done all the gates then for some reason. Right. So we're going to eat all this stuff really quickly. Yes, we've done it. Okay. So time is coming up.
Jeez.
And time is when you see the Mr. Blobby family. There, time. That's time.
Oh.
Whew. Okay, right. That's the easy part.
GG's, well done.
So that was the any percent for a long time because it was just and shout outs to Gekish, who's another Blobby speedrunner. Me and Gekish handed back the any percent a lot back in those days. He would kind of top me and then I would top him and so on and so forth. Eventually we got it down to about 7 minutes. And then one day I was streaming live and I was streaming Mr. Blobby, so it was meant to happen. Gekish came into my chat and he said, I found a glitch. And basically, this glitch revolves around the fact that you can throw items into other items. And over the course of that stream, we lowered the any percent from 7 minutes to 30 seconds. So what I'm now going to show you, we decided to call it creamless because, of course, you're not going to use the cream item that I'll show you in a second. But this is now the standard any percent. And I mean, we can do a timer if you want, but hopefully if I just get it first time, it's going to be like 30 seconds, so I don't think we have to worry about it, but I will count us down. This might take a few goes, chat, because it's very finicky. It involves throwing an item at another item at a very specific point in time, and it can go like very wrong or very good, like either side of it very quickly.
This is a frame perfect type thing.
Yeah.
Well, we're not sure like whether it's frame or time or anything.
Although I will put the call out now. If anyone is interested in this game and you say you like cracking open old MS-DOS games and looking at the code to see how they work, we would love to have you in the Blobby speedrunning community because there are several mysteries in this game that we just don't know the answer to even now, 2.5 years in. So if you could crack some of those mysteries, we would sure appreciate it. And one of them would be telling us exactly how this works. But this is...
one of them would be who... Oh no, I can't remember the name. At the start of the game, in the credits.
Oh, yeah.
There's a special thank you.
Yeah, this game is dedicated to Abby Loveday. So I don't know what she did to deserve it. I just...
Yeah.
Is that a good thing? Do you want a Mr. Blobby game dedicated after you?
Yeah, I feel like, if you're sat down with your girlfriend, Abby Loveday, and you're like, oh, babe, don't press start right away on this seminal classic, Mr. Blobby. Just wait a second. Here it comes.
Just distract them. Yeah. Hang on, what's over there? Oh, there's fine, carry on.
Yeah, I mean, is that proposal material?
I feel like this is why we were unable to find Abby Loveday now. Like, she's been taken by Blobby.
The
Blobby curse is just...
Either that or change their name and then move country, all sorts.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, Abby Loveday, we're so sorry. Right. I'm going to count us down, but this may take a few times. So don't worry about stopping timer, restart timer, etc. We'll just leave the timer going. So,
Okay, travelers, let's give as much blobby energy in the chat.
if you could, please, thank you. It does help.
Blobby.
All right. So I'm going to count us down on these any percent attempts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So,
The deck. Do you want to explain what's going to happen?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's gonna be over before I even. Oh no, hang on.
No.
So yeah. Essentially, what he's gonna do is he's gonna go straight right, pick up an apple, and then throw it into the ice cream. And depending on the frame, the time, or whatever it is, it should then warp him to another location. Or depending on how quick he has done it or how slow he's done it, it'll do a bunch of other things.
I ate the item that time.
But ideally, he wants to throw the apple at the right time, hit the ice cream, and be teleported to the library. And then eat all the stuff there, and then that's it.
This is, yeah, as Strife said, we're pretty sure it's a frame perfect trick. All right, so we've got a warp.
Oh, here we go.
This could be the library. This could be the gunge. It's the library!
Woo!
So, you can warp to a number of bonus levels. Oh, bloody hell. By doing that item combination. There's one where you're getting gunged. There's one where you are in a level where money falls on top of you. Also, this screen is glitched. We don't know why.
They're just doing the stanky leg.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the music is the Okie Kokie, right? So, I mean, they're just leaving one leg out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you can also make them bunch up like this in the corner, and then, yeah, it's great fun. So, that's the any percent. We're not sure why that happens. We think that the library, I've played through the all levels category a couple of times. I've never seen the library. So the day we found the library, this fabled place that has a very short time on it, 20 seconds, and is very quick to complete, is basically the perfect scenario to complete that level. There are other bonus levels like being gunged, where you actually get returned to the level. You don't quote unquote complete the level. So yeah, you more often than not I get gunged. But what we're gonna do now, chat, is I've got a blindfold. And this is gonna go so incredibly well. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna blindfold myself and we're gonna give this a couple of goes, okay? I'll see you in a second. I'll leave my my co-hosts to tell you tell you some facts about Blobby. Go for it.
Yeah. So
wearing a blindfold really is the best way of looking at Mr. Blobby.
Yeah, yes, I think it is.
Kind of like Medusa thing.
You should never really look Blobby directly in the eyes. It's not advisable to do that whatsoever. No. But while he's putting the blindfold's fake, don't worry about it. You can see it. It's not true. Yeah, this is just a thing that I don't know what compelled Garlips to do this blindfolded. I think he's done a couple of other things blindfolded before. Yeah. So but it is very cool to watch.
Yeah.
And as someone who's done the blindfolded thing before, once, might I add, only, it's very audio cue specific. So we're probably going to have some silence while Garlips focuses up on this. I mean,
sometimes the audio cues help, but more often than not, like I feel like muscle memory kicks in. So we'll just see how this goes. But yeah, shout outs to Mr. Matt Internet. He speedruns a game called Sausage Hunter. And you don't want to go buy Sausage Hunter. It's ludicrously expensive and it's not worth it. But a couple of us bought it while it was cheap, and it's that's another game you can play blindfolded. And so the inspiration kind of came from there. I was like, well, we can do that blindfolded. Surely we could do Blobby. So, yeah.
Just to give you a heads up, Garly, you changed the last letter in your password.
Oh shoot! Okay, yeah, that would have spelled disaster. There we go.
All good.
Thank you.
All good.
Okay, right. Again, much like last time, this is going to be kind of like I'm going to keep plugging away at it until we get it, or until our slot is finished. So let's see how this goes. Right.
You got this.
I'm going to count this down for 3, 2, 1, go. Is that a warp?
No.
No, that's not a warp.
Not this one.
Okay, try again.
Let's get some more blobby energy.
Yeah, it helped last time.
Oh,
Oh, we're warping. Is it Gunge? It's probably Gunge. It's Gunge.
it's gone.
So,
Gunge,
if you hadn't had enough 90s nostalgia right now, here's some more. You remember when they used to Gunge people?
I'm not sure why they.
face? What
I'm
is
not sure why they
happening with Blobby's
clean him
face?
before they gunge him. Like the gunge is pure. You have to make sure that your body is clean and pure before the gunge touches it.
We think that obviously some of these levels don't show up in ordinary play, at least that we've seen. So we think that some of these you're using a glitch to access them, so they're not finished or finalized, and so that's probably why he looked terrific on that final screen. I don't know. Well, it might be an
He was
explanation.
happy he was being gunged.
He was. Right.
Who wouldn't
okay.
be? It's always good to get your own back.
That's a warp. No, that's not a warp.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh, did I change letter?
No.
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Okay. This is great fun, folks. And by the way, we should mention that Mr. Blobby is abandonware, so you can play it for free.
Yes. And there is an Amiga version.
There is, and if someone runs the Amiga version, I will make a board for it. No, that's not a warp.
No warp.
You do have to question the sanity of anyone who did pay for this game back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, its popularity, I think people will happily overlook something that is fairly bad for, the character associated to it. So I could see this being a big seller back in the day. I'm not actually sure what the numbers are. I wonder if that's on Robocop.
Certainly enough people bought the single. I pressed the wrong button. As you can see, folks, this is a bit of a crapshoot. If you want world records, you've got to be prepared to sit here for a while and do it. And
Yeah, world record is very much milliseconds at this point.
yeah,
Yeah.
For this
half the
especially.
time, I don't even know if I've got world record on the stream. I have to check back later using a frame counter. Oh, I'm not getting it at all now. Am I jumping too early?
Little bit.
So, yeah.
Okay. When you can't see, you tend to just do the thing that you know you've got to do earlier than you need to do it. I felt like I'm jumping too early, aren't I?
Just a tad.
To give you some little blobby facts while this is happening, yeah, you're jumping too early. Blobby has been publicly criticised by BBC personalities. Michael Parkinson found the character to be far from amusing.
That's a warp.
Bob. Oh,
It's Gunge.
It's gone. Should we? No, not the horrifying blobby smile again. No, no.
I'll make it disappear.
Yes, it's my
Staring into our
soul.
souls.
we should also know that the popularity of Blobby is unprecedented in that his Christmas release of Mr. Blobby, the song, beat Meatloaf's "I'd Do Anything for Love" and Take That Babe, among other songs, to be Christmas #1. We as a British institution, the Mr. Blobby song. Here we go.
Oh, we might have it.
Talking about the Mr. Blobby song. As it brought it
Come on.
No, it's gone.
Oh.
So we don't know. There is a we think, and because we lack the tools and capability to kind of disassemble the code properly to work out what's going on. But we think there are literally
Library.
frames. Oh, there we go.
We got it. All right. 1 second. Am I on the ladder?
No. There you go. So,
GG's.
Yay, we did
there
it!
we go. Hey,
done.
well done.
Fantastic.
I was really worried that wasn't going to happen. Oh boy.
Yeah, good work. The whole blindfolded thing, when doing it in a official speedrun capacity, does not have 3 people sat there going, "Oh, you did it!"
Yeah.
Yeah, you have no. Well, the only way you know is if it goes back to the start screen. Then you'll know you've done it. But like I said, at this point now, to know if you've got world records, you've got to take it through a frame counter. Hang on, I'm just going to let this screen roll so that we can see that this game is dedicated to Abby Loveday. Shout outs.
Hey.
We're all so very sorry.
Hashtag love day in the chat.
Right. Well, I think that brings us roughly to the end of our section, doesn't it? So I think what we'll do is I'll let my couch shout themselves out, and then I'll shout myself out last. So go ahead. Whoever wants to step in first.
Strife.
Yeah, hi. So I'm Handsome Strife. I run a lot of various jank games. Most probably well known from running the Captain Planet series of games. I also am a founding member with Garlips of the Bad Run Club, which is a club where we purposely pick a bad or funny looking game once a month, and everyone congregates together to try and break the game as best as possible and to speed it in the quickest way. And if you're interested, please do check out badrun.club. We have a Discord, and we'd love to see you there. And I'll pass on to Desi F.
Hi, I am Decky F, not Desi F. And you can find me on Twitch. I'm also part of the Bam Brown Club and other communities such as the Wheel of Struggle. It's kind of like a book club for games. We play games spun by a wheel. Again, got a Discord website. And we're also going into Struggle R Season 3, which is a race-friendly kind of competition we have as part of the Wheel of Struggle, hosted by our friend Garlips.
Oh,
And that's me.
what a professional handover. Thank you so much. Hi, my name is Garlips. If you like this kind of nonsense, you can go to twitch.tv/Garlips and you can find more of it. If that really is what you want to do with your lives. But I appreciate it all the same. Yes, I'm a member of the Wheel of Struggle. We've got our Struggle R races coming up soon. Please do check in on those at wheelofstruggle.com. You can find a link to the Discord and everything else. And also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that I'm also part of a little show on YouTube called Low Res. We're currently looking for more creators to be on Low Res. If you're a content creator, if you're a streamer, speedrunner, whatever it is, if you like video games and you like British comedy panel shows, we are YouTube's premier YouTube comedy gaming panel show. So please do check us out, Low Res. That's LOWREZ. Mr. Matt, I did the shout out. Thank you so much for having us, GDQ. It's always a pleasure. Can't wait to be back again at some point in the future. And congrats, Nick, on an already incredible episode 1.
Thank you so much. This has been the perfect game to showcase exactly what fast travel is all about. An incredibly dumb, silly slice of British video game television history to sort of show the world exactly what Britain likes. This really was the peak of Saturday night television.
We cannot overstate this. It was the thing.
In the UK. It was amazing. So I'd like to wish you all a very happy blobby blobby blob blob. And thank you so much for bringing this showcase to us, Garlips.
Thank you.
Right, we are going to be going to a short break, folks, but don't go anywhere. We've got another British game by a British speedrunner coming right up, Howlin' Mad Mike with Robocop. We will see you very, very soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this first episode of Fast Travel, the GDQ Hotfix show, where we go around the world to see the sights, sounds, and speedruns that the world has to offer. Now, of course, Fast Travel here, we are open to trying to give a platform to some of those speedrunners who might not normally get the opportunity to be on here. And we are not the only community in the GDQ realm that does such. Back in a Flash is a community that uplifts and connects black speedrunners of all levels, hosting special events throughout the year to raise money for charity and celebrate black voices in the speedrunning scene. You can learn more or apply to get involved at gdq.gg/BAF and follow backinaflash.bsky.social on Bleezy Sky for the latest updates. It's great that there's so many shows that give so many different runners the opportunity to speed run and run. And that is what we're going to move on to next. We have Howlin' Mad Mike with, I'd like to point this out, a video game that is slightly older than I am. It doesn't happen very often. But this one is Robocop all the way back from 1988. Take it away, Mike.
Thank you. Yes, I am Howling Mad Mike, and unfortunately, I am older than this game. But don't feel too bad. I try not to. This is Robocop on the Atari ST. I'm a British person, and despite the fact that this is Robocop, this is very much a British game. I'm leaving it on the splash screen at the moment because this was developed by a company called, published by a company called Ocean. Ocean were a UK-based publisher based in Manchester. And what they typically tended to do was buy the licenses for, they've made original games, but what they liked to do as well was to buy the rights to upcoming movie releases. And what they did was, back when Robocop was still being filmed, they bought the rights to make at the very least, the home computer port of this game. And that's a very important distinction. This is nothing like the NES version of Robocop. This is, in my opinion, vastly superior. But even diving even deeper into the Britishness of this game, it was created by one person by the name of Peter Johnson. He was based in Yorkshire in England, and he was what we referred to as a bedroom coder. He was only in his early teenage years, and he was basically paid by Ocean to make the game. Usually not a lot, but, when you're 14, 15, 16 years old, getting a couple thousand to make a video game is a heck of a chunk of change. So, but that was massively done in the UK at this time, because we had systems like the ZX Spectrum, the VIC-8. The Atari ST, I should note as well, was not particularly popular in America. It was, in Europe, it was very much a competing home computer, 16-bit home computer against the Amiga. The Amiga just destroyed it in terms of sales. But I have a lot of fond memories for the Atari ST. I had one as a child, or more accurately, my oldest brother did, and occasionally he allowed me to touch it. So, and this is legitimately the first game I ever beat. But we're going to get into it. We're going to load it up.
Trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law.
First fun fact, that is not Peter Weller's voice. That is the developer of the game. His name was Peter Johnson, a Yorkshireman, and if you know your accents, you know what a Yorkshireman will sound like. He just took his name and heavily modulated it. But time will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. And I know you're in I know you're there, Nick. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask.
I was going to say, I love how he was so proud of this game. His name is featured on the game right at the top.
Fun fact about Peter Johnson as well. He actually had a pretty decent career in terms of game development. For those of you familiar with the Rocky games on the PlayStation 2, he actually was a creative lead on those. So, he did much better. He went on to much greater heights after this, shall we say. Right, we get a health pickup, and this is a platformer, as you can see, a side-scrolling platform, and as per all good side-scrolling platformers, we just slowly walk from left to right, and that is the end of level 1, and we have our first boss fight. It is Ed 209. Usually, what ruins most casual players in this game is the fact that you have to jump and shoot him in the body. The game doesn't tell you that. You have to figure that out for yourself, so most people just shoot his legs, nothing happens, and they think the game is broken. But here we have, it is a European home computer game, so of course there is a small army of mini-games between levels. This is target practice. Roughly 39 targets will appear. As long as I hit 30 of them, we will get the maximum health refill, which, annoyingly, you cannot max your health out. I think the program is slightly bugged on this, that you can only get... It leaves off 5%, basically, but... Ignore that. That is my health bar in the bottom right corner, but do not worry about that. As you can see, I have one little sliver that didn't refill. It never refills. But on to level 2, we have more bad guys to shoot. And we get some slightly more interesting mechanics added to the game, shall we say. Here we have a door here that we have to break through. I give it one punch, I turn around, I shoot them too. And then we pick up a weapon upgrade here. And if I can do this nicely, I can usually do this section quite smoothly. I missed one, it doesn't matter. It is important that I kill a lot of the enemies because the Atari ST had something of a maximum amount of sprites allowed on the screen at any one time. And if you try and exceed that, you will regret it. And you can softlock the game if you're not careful. You may have noticed as well, there have been boxes that I've been very deliberately ignoring. That contains the spread shot. The spread shot in this... Oh, we're getting a glitched bus. Is it coming back? Come back, bus. That should...
And it's gone.
That should come on screen, and once I've killed all the enemies on it, it should stay perfectly still, and then 4 more should come in. Occasionally, it likes to do a little back and forth. But another throwback to the film here, we have to find a criminal, and we have to do some image matching, so a bit of serious time for a second while I just concentrate on this. This is somewhat important. No, that's not a great mouth, but it's fine. There we go. I did in 12 seconds. It's not a great time, but, you know, marathon pressure and all that.
So that's funny, the phrase, that's not a great mouth, would definitely apply to Blobby as well.
I've actually done the maths on that mini game, and there are actually about 100,000 different combinations for that, so...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I do a little bit of tanking as Robocop here. He is very, very fragile. I do not dare try and go too quickly through the second crusher. We have girders falling from the sky here. We will see a lot more of them. And we have our first truly fun upgrade of the game. This is the state-of-the-art Bang Bang, for those of you who know your film references.
I love the way he has to lean right back to hold that gun.
We have some safety health back there, but no. I'm a brave person. Got a timer shot here just to hit an enemy before I have to punch the barrel. One guy in. And we have our next mini-boss, which is a guy in like a crane. And easy peasy.
I also like how the very first boss was the big mech super mech thing, and then after that it's a bus and a crane.
I've not seen his final form yet. Do not worry. Right, second mini game here. We have a hostage situation. A nice throwback to the film. If you shoot the lady, you lose health. So very important that you shoot the bad guy. And here we have what I really think casually is probably one of the biggest gatekeeper levels of the game. This really starts to ramp up the amount of enemies it throws at you. And I am going to be a little more cautious with my health because we don't want bad things to happen. It's obligatory to dance. And here we have a death trap. If you walk into that, which you will on your first playthrough, that will just absolutely mincemeat your health and it will be game over. Because I know I'm making this not look too bad. This was a brutally difficult game. But fortunately, I know where everything is and where everything will come from. Should see 3 girders fall from here. That's an excellent sign, because this level has the opportunity to softlock if you do it too quickly. It is not very speedrunner friendly, this game. Another guy with a state-of-the-art Bang Bang. I drop down behind him and heroically shoot him in the back. Do those, do him. Got to do a quick 180 here. another time shot here to try and get an enemy. Right, and here we have Miley Cyrus. It's an old joke I make regularly. If you know, you know. But that is the end of the level, and as I said, arguably one of the hardest levels casually, because it really does just really start to throw a lot of things at you. But we have a repeat of the first mini game here, which at this point, my health is excellent. It can be, but I may as well take it somewhat seriously. Ooh, careful. Yeah, would you believe the controls on this are slightly janky? And I also believe, just throwing back to the prior run, that Mr. Blobby is also available on the Atari ST. I wouldn't recommend that version. I wouldn't recommend any version, but... Nice. But this... After all that difficulty, the game really seems to throw you a bit of a bone here, because it is ridiculously generous on health, and basically I very rarely need to stop on this one. I shoot this guy to kill him just to get his sprite off the screen. So we already get a health pickup here. Just gotta take things at a reasonably quick but leisurely pace, just so everything spawns as it should. Shoot them out the window with a nice jump shot. They will reappear, but I will let them live this time. And here we are coming up onto the... Oops, I lost the fire button for a second there. And here we come up to the second incarnation of Ed 209. He goes even faster than the first one.
He's green this time.
He is green.
Not that you get to see much of it.
We are a bad dude. Yes, this game is very 80s.
Bad dude.
Right, image matching again, but this time it's thermographic images, you know, because at least they made it different. Right, again. And again, not the greatest. Some of the mouths are really easily distinguishable and others aren't. That was nice. That was a bit faster. And this is already the last level of the game. Don't worry, we do have a final boss fight, but this is where it really, wants to make you aware that if you have not learned how to play the game by this point, you need to play it over and over and over and over again. We have a state-of-the-art Bang Bang here. I'm going to do my level best to keep that for the entirety of this level. I do only have, as I wastefully just put one bullet into nothing. Sorry, I'm going quiet there. I was just making sure I was matching the pattern of those.
That was smooth.
It gets harder. We have another one up here. If I can get the time, no, I'm going to have to wait it. You don't want to trifle with those. But so far, this is still... I'm going to stop there. No jinx. We have the, I mentioned it earlier, I'll mention it again. We have the spread shot up there. We do not pick that up. The spread shot in this game is garbage. Why is it garbage? Well, it fires 4 bullets at once, which sounds great in theory. The only problem is you cannot shoot again until all 4 bullets have either gone off the screen or hit something. So it is not an upgrade. Casually, probably easier. We have a really annoying health pickup here, by the way, that I have to hit on the little escalator there. Otherwise, you can't get it and you're stuck at the top. I'm going to... Oh, I jumped the one.
This is
again obligatory to dance.
Right?
5 bullets, that should just be enough for... Gonna leave that guy down there to leave room for the sequel. Yes, we are very near the end of the game. And this is the final incarnation of Ed 209. Ed $2.99 at this point, I think, but...
and he's gone.
And it will be time, Tech, as soon as... sorry, I'm going to have to spoil the ending of the film for you, folks. It'll be time as soon as Dick Jones goes out the window. And that's time. And for a game like that, you'd expect a brilliant ending. And there you have it. That's your ending. Go enjoy. So then it's Robocop on the Atari ST. I am going to just stop the game there because it does have flashing lights. But it is a very, very fun game. When it was released on the Atari ST, it was pretty much perpetually in the top 10 Atari ST game sales until they actually discontinued publishing sales for the console. The system itself was around from around 86 to about 95. And it was literally, this game was always perpetually in the top 10 sold. So it is a massively popular game. I would recommend it. It's a very, very fun platformer. But it does take a little bit of patience to get used to it. Now, I do have it on speedrun.com. I run both this and the Amiga version. They're pretty much identical. The Amiga version has some slightly nicer quality of life. Its scrolling is a little smoother. The graphics are a little nicer. The music is a little better. But I would never admit that the Amiga version is superior because I'm an Atari ST fanboy. But I'd just like, before we go, I'd just like to give a few quick shout-outs. I'd firstly like to thank GDQ and Nick for having me here. This is my first appearance at a GDQ, so absolutely thank you for having me. It's been absolutely wonderful to have this accepted, and I will showcase this run to anyone who will let me. I'm also... Speaking of speedrunning, it was mentioned right at the beginning in the event, but I am staff at UKSG, and that is coming up next weekend live from Glasgow, Scotland. So if you have the time and opportunity, please check us out. We are fundraising there for Crisis. So if you can, check us out and make a donation. That'd be awesome. And we've also got Fastathon coming up in about 2 months' time. That's on... Now, I'm going to attempt this. It's because I've heard 3 pronunciations of this. It's either Oengus, Ungus, or Angus. Take your pick. It's ungus.io, angus.io, or oengus.io. Take your pick. But if you know speedrunning, you'll know that website. So be sure to check out both of those events. And I've been Howling Mad Mike. I do stream on Twitch, Twitch.com/howling_mad_Mike. Good luck catching me. I, unfortunately, between work and family, I keep a very sporadic schedule. But if you are lucky enough to find me live, you can watch me playing interesting games like this from what I'd refer to as the retro era. But yeah, thank you GDQ for having me. And what's coming up next, Nick?
Thank you, Mike. Absolutely fantastic little run. Next up, we are jumping forwards in British video game history to a little game called Croc 2. I do hope you're enjoying this first episode of Fast Travel. And remember, if you are enjoying it, it is September. That's right, September is here. And that means discounts of 25% or more on 1, 3, and 6 month subscriptions during September. So if you're enjoying the stream, consider taking advantage of the discount, subscribing for some exclusive GDQ emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to chat during replays. We can also always appreciate the support by sharing Games on Quick channel with your friends. We are lovely. It is lovely to have you here, and I do hope you're enjoying yourself with our first expedition to the United Kingdom as part of Fast Travel. So we are going to be going to a short break, but as I say, we've got Croc 2 coming up with the wonderful Infinity Gene. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you. Happy time zone, fellow travelers. Welcome back to Fast Travel, the show where we take the GDQ plane over to different areas of the world to check out the speedruns and the runners from that region. We are in my home country of the United Kingdom. If you couldn't tell from my outrageous British accent, that is where I'm from. Now, before we get started with our next run, I do want to let you know that volunteer submissions for the upcoming Games Done Queer are closing very, very soon, September 22nd. That event is going to be October 31st to November 2nd, highlighting queer and LGBTQIA+ runners and benefiting the Lambda Legal Defense and Education Fund. So if you'd like to volunteer, head over to gdq.gg/volunteer GDQ Queer to volunteer for that event. We appreciate all of your support, and we are going to get on to our next run. We have had the crazy antics of Mr. Blobby. We've had the more serious police work from Robocop, but now we're going to follow a little crocodile through a lovely little PlayStation platform. some nostalgia enjoyment for everyone. This is Infinity Gene with Croc 2. The floor is yours, my friends.
Hello, yeah, my name's Limbus. I'm also a Croc 2 speedrunner, although I speedrun the PC version. I am not English, but there is a bit of a connection to Australia with the Croc series because the Croc remaster was developed by
Yeah, we're just gonna read some more stuff out whilst we just get a slight technical hitch sorted out. Now, if you're looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, obviously we just talked about GDQ and get involved in that, but you can also join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. If you use !Discord in Twitch chat, you'll get an invite and more info on what's going on in the community. Just like we've got this brand new hotfix show for you right now. Stay tuned after this show because Amber Cyprian will be here with Passion Project. And there are some fantastic runs coming up for that as well. So we are almost ready to get started with this Croc 2 run. I hope you're enjoying Fast Travel. This is the show where we are traveling around the world of speedrunning, making sure that we give more runners from around the world the opportunity to be on this little stage and have fun showing off the games that come from their countries. We're starting in the UK today, my home country. I'm sure it won't be the first time we go to the UK, but we're going to continue now with our third British game, Croc 2. I'm going to hand it back over to Infinity Gene.
Thank you. Yes, I'm Infinity Gene, and I'm going to be showcasing Croc 2, also known as Croc's Adventure in Japan as well. It's got a bit of a different name. We'll be running the Japanese version for this run, just because there's certain various differences which we benefit from with the Japanese version. I'm joined by my co-commentator, Limbus.
Hello, yeah, my name's Limbus. I'm not English. I'm Australian. There are some connections between Croc and Australia, but let's not get into that now. I'm also a Croc 2 speedrunner, although I speedrun the PC version.
The superior version, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Fair enough. I prefer the PlayStation version because Croc I grew up with on the PlayStation, and many people I think did as well. But the PC version is definitely a recommended version to run. But yeah,
we'll probably discuss that throughout the run.
Yeah, for sure. We've got so many things to talk about with this game as well. So to begin with, we just need to put some random characters in. We'll put that one there as well. So the moment I press circle, time will begin. So I will count us down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. The menu can be a little bit laggy as well when you press circle, but it's all good.
Skipping that cutscene to start.
Yep. So
and the load times are the big difference between this version and the PC version.
Yeah, so loads are usually quite instant on the PC version, whereas on PlayStation, you're bound to whatever load speed you are running on.
So you might notice the Croc's running at a weird diagonal angle. That's accomplished by holding the sidestep button while running. For some reason, this game still has sidestepping in it because Croc 1 had tank controls. They just kept that move, even though it's not useful at all. But you can use it to move a little bit faster while you're running, but you have to hold the stick at a weird angle.
So what we're going to try...
This is cage skip.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is trying to skip essentially the whole level here by... It's like a mixture of doing the somersault move, which is done with L1 and R1.
Yeah, basically when you hold L1 and R1, Croc tries to do a front flip. You can see him start to do it there, but he's basically looking really hard for the floor, which interrupts the normal sliding physics. So you can use that to wait just long enough. Yep, there it works. You wait just long enough for the sliding to stop, then you can jump from a position where you wouldn't normally be able to jump. And we use that to skip the whole level, grab the key, and save this gobbo here.
Yeah. Now, this is where one of the major differences starts to show as well, in terms of what I do in my route, as well as what PC runners and maybe some other runners on console do as well. So we don't get the binoculars in our route. The binoculars are basically just as binoculars. You can use them to look around. You normally would get them at the beginning of the game in one of the crates, which you can just get to straight away. If you do take the binoculars, I believe you can skip certain sort of in-level cutscenes.
There's a lot of spots throughout the game where you can skip things that would normally lock Croc into place. There's actually more in the PC version because I think they realised there were problems with some of the scenes if Croc isn't locked in place, but you can just use the binoculars to skip it.
Yeah.
But we will get eventually to why he's chosen not to grab the binoculars, because there's a very good reason for it.
So we're going to try and perform some one-frame jumps here, like so there, and that basically allows us just to keep basically moving across certain lava pits and obstacles, like spikes and that.
Yeah.
It just gives us access to different areas early as well.
Yeah, that is really the glitch that makes the Croc 2 run so much more exciting, because you can jump on the very first frame that you would have touched surfaces like lava and spikes. You probably saw it in the first level as well. It's interesting why this works. There's an order of operations to Croc's movement code, and basically it checks if there's a jumpable surface before it checks if the surface is going to burn you. So if you jump on the very frame that you touched before, you just jump again. You can do this forever as long as you can hit the frame perfect input.
Yeah, so it's quite cool as well, because of course if you get one jump, you can chain it into another, into another, into another if you time it perfectly, pretty much. And you start getting that sort of rhythm as well.
Yeah, it's worth noting this glitch is much harder on the PlayStation version because there's an input lag to everything. So it's very impressive when he gets it. I don't know how he does it.
You just get used to the input lag. When I tried doing the PC version, trying to do the one-frame jumps, I couldn't get one. Not even a single one, because it was too good. So... But so with this level here, we're just grabbing 5 lost treasure chests at the moment. So this is where we should also point out how each of the levels sort of work in terms of how we clear them. So basically, with each level, you've got like sort of objectives. So obviously in this one, we've got to collect 5 treasure chests. But once we clear that, essentially the flag for that objective is cleared already. So we can just leave the level by any means, whether it's leaving through the entrance exit or even just death abusing. For the most part, it's usually quicker to do a death abuse, but sometimes we may just leave the level through the entrance.
Yeah. With the way that the health system works too, there's actually 2 different kinds of death abuse. There's dying to go back to a checkpoint, which is done pretty frequently throughout the run. Like that's what he's doing now. And there's also game over abuse. Basically, whenever you die, you lose a hit point, which you lose a hit point from getting hit by enemies too. So if you planned it out carefully, you can take the right amount of damage to game over from a level and just quit. And you also get the health refill at the end.
Yeah, and to be honest, like health is it's sort of a commodity on this game as well, considering that it's really hard to refill it. As you've seen around some of the levels, you've seen like giant hearts, which refill us by 1 HP, but there's not that many of those hearts around each level. On average, there's about 2, maybe 3. So...
Yeah, and the main reason that we're running on the Japanese version is because this game was notoriously hard when it first released, and I think they realised, 3 hearts is probably not enough, so they increased that to 5, but only in the Japanese version and the PC version. So if we were running the US or EU versions, it would be 3 hearts when respawning.
Yeah. There's also another difference as well, where basically if we... Oops. Couldn't even figure out where I was going then. But the other difference as well is when we do game over abuse, on the Japanese version, we restore back to full HP, regardless of how much max capacity that we have. Because on this game, we can also increase our capacity, which we're about to do here with this little minigame. Wow, that was a cool minigame.
So normally you have to wait while that dialogue box plays out, and he tells you, do a tail attack, stomp, jump, and you have to do them. But if you just skip the dialogue and don't move, you can just do them all in quick succession like that.
Yeah, and basically with that we get an extra heart container, which allows us just to take another hit, basically. And that's going to be useful probably when we get to the third hub world. But for now, we're on to one of the least exciting levels. The Dantini boat race, which is, well, it exists. It's creative. You know, this is definitely the start of what you'll get to see later on in terms of, like, different level designs and gameplay designs as well.
Yeah, for those of you that are familiar with Croc 1, you probably know that the level structures tend to be pretty similar. There isn't much to distinguish them at times. It's all like six gobos, 5 color crystals. So they wanted to make an effort to make the levels more sort of diverse in this one, and they did a good job, but because of that, there's some gameplay systems that are a little bit undeveloped, to say the least, and this is one of them.
Yeah, for sure. We've got 2 of these races throughout the game. So we've got the boat race, and we've also got a kart race later on, like past midway. But yeah, I mean, this is a perfect opportunity, I think, to pass over to Nick for any messages.
Thank you. This kind of race, very typical for PS1 platforms. You think about Crash Bandicoot and Spyro; they had their little races as well. So really, it's kind of a staple of this type of game. Now, if you have been enjoying. If you've been enjoying this run so far, but you might have somehow missed out on the crazy world of Mr. Blobby at the start, don't forget you can catch up on past Hotfix shows, special events, and GDQ marathons over on youtube.com/Games Done Quick. And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with GDQ. You too could be watching this epic race where Croc is definitely in the lead and is definitely going to win.
Yeah, it is very hard to lose this one because the Dantinis follow a predetermined path and they don't get anywhere near you if you do it at all well.
Yeah. But that's the exciting Dantini boat race, and we have to do that one more time in a kart this time.
All right. So got a pretty interesting level coming up, which is a great showcase of the death abuse stuff we were talking about.
Yeah, and it shows us like sort of how we're able to finish some of these levels a little bit quicker than you normally should be able to. This one, we need to start taking some damage, basically, to begin with, because we've got too much HP right now. I know we said that we needed HP to pretty much keep going, because there's a lot of things that keep taking it away, but here... Ooh, I was trying to jump across there while at the rope swing. But basically on this one, we want to try and take as much damage as we can while we're following the bird thief, which has stolen the gobbler's bird. It's not very nice of the Dantini.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about this level is that even though normally it's impossible to catch him, he is an active enemy for the entire level. So if you can somehow get ahead of him and intercept him, you can just kill him and complete the level objective at any point. There is one method that we found to do that very early, which you're about to see.
Yeah, so you can see that I'm just deliberately just playing poorly right now. This is not how I would normally play, but this is intended. So we're just going to reduce our HP down to 1 out of 6, just so we've got a little bit to play with, because you can do this section without any HP, but it's a little bit more risky.
I would say it's much more risky.
So we're going to do a butt bounce on the lava.
But he didn't need it.
Yeah. There we go, and that's level done. That's how fast that section can be, thank you. So you've got to be careful as well in that room. You can't take too long, otherwise he will start moving upwards a bit more, and then when you try to do the skip, he will just run away, and then you have to chase him. So, and now we're off to one of the most exciting parts of the game, the bosses. For anyone who's familiar with Croc 1 bosses, they were very exciting, considering they were pretty much all the same thing and the easiest thing to defeat. This one has a bit more gameplay to it. There's actually something to do in these bosses. It's exciting.
Yeah, I think they started to figure out like what kind of gameplay is more interesting for a boss fight with this one, and they did a pretty good job with these, I think. They are a bit sort of, it's sort of a constant with this game that you can tell they needed just a little bit more time to polish things, which they unfortunately didn't get. But I think the way that the game turned out is still very impressive in a lot of ways.
Sure. I think this is what I would call, in my opinion, a true sequel, because it's different. You know, it's not just the same game, and that's not always a bad thing, but I think this shows off the creativity that Argonaut were thinking about, like what they wanted to just go with Croc. I think the thing is, sometimes they may have put maybe too many ideas into this game. Like, it's only on for some of these ideas are only on for one level. Like, obviously the boat race is one thing, and we won't see a boat race again until we get onto the kart race. But we're going to see some very unique levels. Some levels that might even have given some inspiration to some modern games, especially in the second hub world, one of the snow ones, for sure. So with Savina, we just got to do 3 hits to the boss. Every single boss only requires 3 hits. This is now a different phase, which means that Savina has now infected some of these blocks. If you stand on them, then the TNT goes boom. We don't want that to happen. We also missed a bit of a cycle there, so you can basically make one of the earlier cycles just to finish this boss a little bit quicker, but it's fairly tight. You want to make sure not to throw the box too early, otherwise you have to go get the box again.
Yeah, you also want to walk like right down to the very edge of the barrel so your throw gets a bit more distance, because it looks like it's sort of scripted the way the box flies at it, but it's not. You actually have to be precise with it or it doesn't work.
Yeah, there's a little bit of aiming on this, and that's why I like these bosses, because there's actually something more to it. So
that was a wonderful animation of the octopus getting away.
So now we're going into the next level. This gobbo here just wants to come with us, but we're not going to use him. Ideally, well, he asks us to use him to get some gems, basically, in this level. But we don't use him once. He just sits in our backpack with a big red cross in the back.
Because this is any percent, we don't get the color crystals at all.
No. So, similar to Croc 1, if you get the colored crystals, you get access to a bonus level. The bonus level is a little bit different, though, this time. The bonus level, you only have one attempt to do it. If you were to respawn at any point in the bonus level, you have to do the entire level again just to get access to the bonus room. And
which is brutal in runs.
It was brutal in my retro achievements playthrough as well. So I was like, that's a 30-minute level I have to do again. That's not fun. So what we're doing here is we're just skipping the sort of climbing section onto this, like, sort of, I don't know what you call it, like a railing, girder?
I normally call them monkey bars, but...
Monkey bars, yeah.
I don't think they have an official name.
So we can skip some of the monkey bars, basically, by just doing a butt bounce. The butt bounce is really handy for just giving us, or the butt jump, for just giving us lots of height. Just going to jump over there. So with this level here, we have to go rescue a gobbo's sandwich from a nasty crow that's just stolen it. Now, this level I somewhat dislike, because in a couple of attempts, especially today, I forgot to pick up the sandwich and I left the level. And the problem with this is that if you don't pick up the sandwich, the flag for clearing the level doesn't... it's not triggered, basically. Because even if you defeat the crow, you still have to physically pick up the sandwich. And
this is another example of their attempt to sort of give the game some more diversity by having a different objective in each level. Even the levels that are just normal platforming, they tried to do something interesting with it.
So hit the crow, take the sandwich. I'm going to grab the heart, and then we hit the swap meet Pete gong, which these gongs specifically take us out of the level. So we got a lovely cutscene of Baron Dante's hand, which, scary, that. And now we're off.
Because he's just completed the 5th level of this village. That's all of them. So we go straight to the final boss for this village.
Yeah. So these boss levels are reasonably short. Cannon Butt Keith is certainly no exception to that. Blink and you might kind of miss it. But I used to use this level when I needed to refill my HP on the NTSC version when I was playing it originally. Not in speedruns, but just when I was playing it casually. So, but yeah, after we finish this boss fight, we'll be able to access the second hub. But again, sometimes I don't realise what I've missed. Let's say if I do a level and I miss the objective, then I'm like, why is it loading back to the hub?
Yeah, so the objective here is to just hit these 3 cannons with your tail, and then he's off his ship. But we're aiming to land in the water from the end. Yep, there it was, from the end of the tail attack animation, because that's a little bit faster than not landing in the water.
think I'm in the water. No. So now the attacks get a little bit faster. Some of the platforms have also disappeared. But this is why we prefer doing it this way, just because oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh dear.
The platforms, again, they start breaking just over time when the cannons keep hitting them. These dry bones are also in the way as well. There we go. There we go, that's better. And with that, Cannonbutt Keith is, well, I don't know. He's no longer on his ship. That's I can't think of it.
He's overboard.
He's overboard. Thank you. See, this is why I need co-commentary, just for the for the humour. So we're pretty much done with Sailor Village. All we have to do now is go speak to Swap Meet Pete, which you can see a picture of him in the bottom left on our credit card. And he's essentially the money bags of this game. So if you've played Spyro, of course, it's essentially the same thing. He likes gems.
You would normally buy those items from him. You didn't see them for very long, but we're not using those because, well, you actually will be using them later on, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah. So welcome to Cossack Village, which is sort of the snow world of the game. These gobblers do like talking to me, but we like to skip those conversations by pressing start. So, ice-trapped gobblers, we've got to actually save some gobblers this time. So some levels we actually do save gobblers. So it's going back to the origins of the game. But in this case, these gobblers, I don't know how they even got themselves trapped. They've got all the tools to get out and everything, So what we're going to do here is we're going to go into these little underground caverns, and then we just got to go pick up the gobbo in each one. We've got to be a little bit careful here because, of course, we've not hit the checkpoint, so if we do have to respawn, we'll be respawning back at the start of the level. But the parts of the level that we've done will still be done, so... And what we're going to do is we're going to grab 2 gobblers to begin with and then push the ice block with the TNT because we need that to basically get out of the level. Which is kind of strange because it's like, once you've got all the gobblers, can't you just leave the level? The problem with that is the exit's also blocked out, the entrance and the exit, so you can't just leave like normal. So you've still got to do a little bit of hard work. And we're going to ride this lovely balloon, which we did ride earlier. And Croc's just excited. I love it. Like, the voices, I think, are all the same from the first game.
They definitely re-recorded some things, but a lot of the sounds are the same, yeah. They're all performed by the actor Jonathan Aris, who you might know from films like Rogue One, The Death of Stalin. He's a great actor, and for some reason he voiced these games right at the start of his career.
Yeah, you don't realise it until later, and you're like, oh my god, he actually did the voice of this. So... But yeah, we're just going to keep pushing this ice block up to the tree, and then we're just going to have to jump in forward just so we can trigger the gobbo to break the tree. Now, again, if you have binoculars, you could easily move around at this point and then just keep pushing the ice block a little bit more forward while he's doing that. But you can't push it.
You actually can't break this specific one. You can break the animations where they jump into your backpack, but not that one, yeah. Don't know why.
Sorry, I nearly fell off then.
That was hard to watch.
So in here we actually are going to hit the gong just because we don't want to reset the level at this point, and these rope swings can be a little bit awkward. Just got to make sure we land
dodgy for sure.
These ones specifically are, because if you miss, even if you jump properly, then you can still miss the box somehow. You go between the gap. The interesting thing about these swinging vines is they actually start swinging as soon as they spawn in, and all of the rooms in the level are loaded at the same time. So if you happen to walk too close to them in the 3D space, they can start and then they end up completely out of sync by the time you get to that room. Yeah.
I don't think that happened that time, but it does happen sometimes.
So we pretty much rescued 3 gobblers so far. We've got 1 more to rescue. This one is actually trapped inside some rocks, which we need to throw this TNT at, which I wouldn't really advise, considering he's sticking his arm out.
Yeah, you can see his hand right there. He's in danger.
He's like, help me. Okay. Boom. There we go. He's perfectly fine. I like how he took his hand out of the wall just in time, clearly. So then we use him immediately just to hit the switch. We have to get on here quickly, because otherwise we have to wait for the elevator to come back. Jump off that, and then we can push it outside. So now we've rescued all the gobbos, we can essentially leave the level. But obviously, we would have to open this block anyway. This is kind of like the only way to finish it, really. because I don't know if
there isn't that much to say about this one from a speedrunning perspective, because you pretty much just played the level vanilla.
Yeah, pretty much. Just we optimize some of the movement as much as possible. And again, this is the entrance/exit. So once you do that, then you can leave. It's usually good not to miss that throw as well. Otherwise, you have to do the walk of shame to go get another one. And then, it's not too not too pleasant.
It does just respawn, thankfully. They considered that.
Yeah. God, stop talking to me, Gobbos. They're like magnets. Like, they're like, Croc, help us. I need to go get another sandwich. But yeah, now we're on to another level, Chase the Train, which has some of the most panic-inducing music, I would say. Like, it's sort of...
Yeah.
You gotta run for the train. I love it.
Yeah, it's a very classic British sort of premise, isn't it?
Yeah, and I suppose this is a good time to talk about like the company behind this game, as well as the Croc franchise, Argonaut. Because for many people, I don't think many people realise that Argonaut's actually a British company. But they've got quite a lot of history as well, quite interesting history. For example, they worked with Nintendo on the Super FX chip. And that's incredible, like, just to hear that. And then they've made wonderful games like this. Because, I mean, Croc 1 sold amazingly well. Croc 2, it didn't sell well, I think. Maybe because it just didn't feel like it was the original game anymore. It wasn't really that arcadey feel anymore. It was just like an actual adventure, which is not a problem. I love that. But I think a lot of people found it a little bit clunky. The tank controls still exist as well, but we are actually using the analog stick for this, because when you use the analog stick on Croc 2, you essentially get sort of a modernized control scheme. And
it's a bit like what they've just done with the remaster.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of Croc 1.
So,
that was dangerous. Yeah. So what just happened there was called the invisible wall glitch, and this is the bane of our existence as Croc 2 speedrunners. Sometimes when you jump over an edge that leads to just nothing, the void directly below you, it just deletes all of your horizontal momentum. So if you're not high up enough, you will just fall and die. And he just barely survived there by grabbing the edge. And it, for some reason, gets much worse with these slippery floors, which do make you faster, but at what cost?
The time save. But like this level, again, we took the checkpoint there just for safety, because again, at any point, if we fall in this level, well, if we don't take the checkpoint, we essentially lose 3 minutes. So just for marathon safety, we're going to be just taking the gun here and there. We'll probably take it on, I think, Gooman as well later, just one of them, just in case. But we shouldn't really need it. So there's another one there, but we're not going to take that one because we should be fine now for the rest of the level.
This final room is very, very dangerous with these slippery floors. You've got to be so careful.
Can you kill these enemies? I can't remember.
No, you can't.
No. Trying to remember.
Trying to work out what exactly those enemies are.
They're like ghosts, I think.
Yeah, they're like sort of Grim Reapers, but in purple and without the scythe. I don't know.
And now we've got to quickly stop the train, even though it's all scripted. And then for some reason, this Dantini just decides to drop off these lovely gobbles for us. He's like, oh, thank you very much. And then we just skip that. And that was a gold split as well for me. Hey. That was pretty good, yeah. Even though I got the gong as well, which I'm surprised at. So that was a cool level. This level, however...
I think this is the longest level in the game.
Yeah, this is about a 5.5 to 6 minute level. And it's stressful for multiple reasons because of the length of the level. But it's also, when you get into these sections, you want to make sure you pretty much don't take any damage because... Well, if you take
the star of the show has arrived.
Yes, Roger Red Ant. So basically, Roger Red Ant is like, har, 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 I've put all these gobbos with TNT, you need to go rescue them. Here's a TNT crate to go help rescue them. Like, why is he helping us, even though he's the one trying to get rid of us? Like, why?
I guess to make it more interesting for himself.
Yeah, just exciting, isn't it? What's he saying here? Ha ha ha, I've set a timer for you. You need to go stop them all.
I could probably recite the dialogue from memory, but I don't think we need to hear that.
Yeah. The voices, though, are great because it's sort of a Banjo-Kazooie vibe as well with the voices got in this game.
Yeah, the interesting thing with the dialogue is that they actually recorded the lines in English and just sort of put it through some processes to like cook the audio and make it not intelligible. But if you listen closely, you can still kind of hear like the rhythm of the sentences that's still intact.
Yeah. So we're going to do a death abuse there just because if we try to leave the room while that timer's still running, that timer is still going to run. And when that timer hits 0, well, Croc explodes. Because for some reason the explosion is on Croc. So we need to basically death abuse so we can just reset the room. But because we've got the gobbo, that flag's already cleared for that room. So... so the structure of the level is that there's 2 of these sort of long segments, and then there's a door that opens when you complete both of them, and then you go to another room with 2 segments and another. Yeah.
And then it's over.
The last 2 segments are a little bit quicker, because again, each room's a little bit different to the other, so this one here, you just grab the gobbo and just leave. You can death abuse here as well, but we're going to have to try and maintain some HP just in case. There is an extra heart as well if we ever needed it, but in this case we don't. I'm going to hit the gong, because we'll need that for later, because we'll have to do another death abuse soon. So this is the last of the 2 TNT box rooms, basically. So after we've done this, the rooms will change to sort of a beat the fuse style level. We've just got to race against the fuse. Ooh. So these jumps, they're not exactly the most comfortable jumps to do. Because the ones in the corridors, they feel somewhat super tight. And that's because, I don't know, like I'm probably more worried about the input lag, probably just not giving me my jump because I've done it.
It makes a big difference, yeah.
Yeah. You might also notice we're throwing the box a little bit further away from the door, and that's just because the TNT has quite a big radius with the explosion.
Yeah, it's amazing like how far you can throw it from the door. I normally throw it a bit closer to be safe, but you don't need to.
Yeah. And again, we can do a death abuse there. And then that's the... which way?
Yep. This way, yes.
I don't know why in my head I thought I already did all 4, and I was like, wait, why is the door closed? Uh-oh. Oh, got carried away there. But again, these rooms are a little bit longer, so you get a bit more time. So...
Yeah.
But this could be a good time to talk about one of the best features, which we sort of briefly mentioned just before we started, which not a lot of people realise. This game is a 2-player game. Oops. Never mind.
Oh no! Now, see, if we'd had that feature you're talking about turned on, I could have just done that for you, and that wouldn't happen.
That was an example to show you why we need this feature. So we're talking about, it's called OmniPlay, and essentially you've seen like 2-player 1 controller. Essentially, this is 2-player 1 controller. Well, it's 2-player 2 controller really, but. One person.
But they trademarked the word OmniPlay, so it's different.
That's the strange thing about it, really. Like, they went to so many lengths to make that a proper feature, but no one uses it because why? Why play this game of all things with 2 people? How does that make any sense? I mean, I love Argonaut, like they're great, but.
Is it a feature they ever implemented into anything else?
No.
I don't think so. I think they mainly designed it so that kids could play with their parents and their parents could take over more easily if they were struggling with something. But it's funny how it's a trademarked word. Like, it's such a simple concept.
I mean, I think my parents would even struggle with this game. Like, this game is genuinely difficult on the non-Japanese releases. Like, oh...
I guess that kind of assistance isn't that uncommon. I'm thinking Klonoa 2 had a 2-player, and even so, like if you go further in the future, you got like Super Mario Galaxy, where the second player could use the Wiimote. It's cool that that kind of thing has origins in something that was sort of PlayStation 1 era.
Yeah. But I think for games like this, where like the idea was great, like it sounded like a great idea, but in reality, you've got one person controlling movement and one person controlling button inputs. it makes it near impossible.
Yeah, and the OmniPlay menu actually lets you break it down like that. So you can assign like the movement controls to player 1 and the jumping to player 2 and the tail attacks to player 3 and stuff like that. It's funny.
Is on the PC version, is there like the option to have more controllers potentially?
Yeah, there is.
I think it was. I think when I was trying to set up the PC version one time, there was the option for 5 controllers. I think I might be wrong though.
Yeah, well, if you have that many controllers connected, it just uses direct input, so it can accept all of them.
Yeah, for sure. So now that we've cleared Roger Redan and his TNT trap rooms, we're now going on to the mini boss of the hub world, Flavio Thermal Fish, which is a great name, to be honest. Oops, going to try and jump into the hot air balloon, but we actually jumped into the pit instead, clearly.
Now, with this level, it is possible to finish it super fast if you get lucky and play perfectly. So we'll see if you can pull that off. Basically, the way that these ice cubes respawn is like kind of random, but also kind of predictable. There's a 25% chance that it only moves one space clockwise around, a 50% chance that it moves 2 spaces, and a 25% chance that it moves 3 spaces. So it predictably moves clockwise the next spawn, and that's kind of what's happening here. If you can hit him with 2 ice cubes while he's still down, you can get him twice in one cycle. Which hasn't happened here, but you did pretty well, I think. You basically have to get lucky with the spawns and predict them perfectly.
Yeah. You also got to be careful not to crash into the ground as well, because you will take damage if you hold down X too long.
Yeah, or if he gets you with his bubbles.
Yeah, and that's Flavio frozen. So.
Aww.
It's a bit of a shame, really. It's such a cool fish. So now.
Cool fish.
Yeah, he is now.
We're going back into that discussion of because you mentioned Super Mario Galaxy, of course, earlier, Nick, and well, this next level, I wonder if they took inspiration from Croc 2. I highly doubt it, but just on the off chance. I mean, they worked with Nintendo, right? So we've essentially got a Super Mario Galaxy style level for Snowball Madness.
The collision is a little bit worse than in Super Mario Galaxy, though.
Nah, it's perfectly fine. It's absolutely controllable as a speedrunner. If you play this casually...
I disagree.
Sorry.
That does look quite terrifying and at quite a pace. Oh.
Yeah, did you see that? That happens all the time.
Don't worry, we'll make it up with a little shortcut near the end. That should actually make the difference, to be honest. So yeah, this is basically similar to what you would see in Super Mario Galaxy with the rolling Starball levels, but the controls and just how it feels. It's like when you touch a wall, it's like there's super glue on the walls. So we're gonna hit that gong because we don't want to reset again all the way to the start. But we can do a lot of skips though. We can skip some of the sections here. Ooh,
that was hard to watch.
Yeah. So we're just going to go around here. There's another gong there, which we missed, but we'll just carry on anyway.
Pressure's on.
Yep. So we're going to go... Oh, missed it. So we want to make sure we can not miss those railings. They're easy to get on.
When you touch these wooden railings, this part's just it's like an auto scroller. So you don't have to be that precise with those.
So we're going to do a skip here if we can.
Ooh. Oh, did you see that? He just went straight through the floor. That is horrible.
But this is the... Ooh. Okay, now we have to actually be a little bit careful.
I think we're going to have that mid-run break after all.
Yes, absolutely. But hey, this is great. Like, honestly, this shows off the quality of Croc 2. But this is kind of why some people don't like it, and I understand now. But I still think this game has a lovely charm to it. I think it's creative. It's fun. That's what Croc was always about. Croc was meant to be a silly, fun game until I clicked through the floor like I did.
Yeah, like in a casual playthrough, this stuff's mostly fine. It's really only when you're trying to play it really fast that it becomes a problem.
Yeah, for sure. So with that, we get a lovely snowman. It only cost us 3 HP, but it was worth it. And now we're moving on to something just to calm ourselves down. One of the most peaceful and soothing levels, also known as Hang Glider Valley.
Yeah, I think they put this in the game just for speedrunners, to be honest.
I mean,
It's always nice when games do that and give speedrunners a chance to relax mid-run.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this level actually does have an interesting development history. In some early trailers of Croc 2, you could see that there was originally a plane level, but basically they realized that because of the draw distance, which you can see now being so short, it would basically be impossible to play a plane level if you were moving at any real speed, because you just couldn't see far enough ahead of you to know like what the obstacles were going to be. Yeah. So they just turned it into a hang glider and made the whole thing really slow.
But yeah, this is so peaceful. I think I might hand it over to Nick for any messages.
This is very peaceful. I love the space. I love that it's a space background. You're just sort of slowly flying towards
why is
Saturn.
there?
On a hand glider. You definitely reach Saturn on a hand glider. If you are curious about what's coming up over the weekend on Hotfix, because there are a couple of fantastic little events going on, then you can check out the schedule and explore our full season lineup at gdq.gg/Hotfix. I do believe that there is a very monkey-related event coming up over the weekend. So that's going to be something very, very special to have a look at. Monkeys and crocodiles? Sounds a little bit like Metal Gear Solid 3, but it's not.
There are no monkeys in this game, unfortunately.
No monkeys. So if you want to get your monkey fix, you will have to come back over the weekend. For everyone else, stay tuned with this Croc 2 run.
Thank you. God, that reminds me when I was growing up, when I was like 1 or 2. My mum keeps reminding me, but a monkey stole my crisps at the zoo.
That's amazing.
We were in one of those open ones where they're just like walking around, they just nicked my crisps, apparently. I don't remember it, but my mum says it is.
Yeah. So while we heard that delightful anecdote, we were sent through the boss warp to the end of this village. Since he just finished the 5th level, the objective here is to push these ice cubes into the 4 pits while this guy spawns from the pits and throws fireballs at you. This level is actually pretty predictable. He only spawns if the camera's pointed at him, so you can take advantage of that to get him to only spawn in specific circumstances. But if he hits the big ice cube with a fireball, it will turn into a small ice cube, which you can then pick up and carry around like the TNT crates. So he's doing that just in case he throws fireballs, so that the fireballs don't hit the big ice cube. Yep, he just did it. And so the small ice cube only does 1 hit to these pits. You can see that's got the number 2 coming out of it. The big ice cube will deal 2 hits to these pools instantly, but the small ice cube does only 1.
Yeah, so unfortunately we do have to do another small ice cube for that left one there. But that's why I'm just going to move back here. Yeah. Oh, please. See if he spawns there. Thank you. No, get off the ice, Croc. There we go.
I don't know if he did that little manipulation on purpose, but it was perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we just need him to throw some over here. That's the only problem. Like now, you want him to actually throw something. There we go.
I love his voice.
Shout out again to Jonathan Aris. He really had some fun in that recording booth. Oh, that was rough.
See if that'll be enough. Thank you. I'm going to wait till he actually pops up this time.
Yeah, if you're standing close to him, he does that little beard shake thing.
And then with that, we get a prize. We get a frozen gobbo that just stares at us, and we stare at it.
So this is Lava Lamp Larry's shop. That's Lava Lamp Larry. He got frozen.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
So with that, we're pretty much done with Cossack Village, and I think at this point we're going to take a lovely little break, just to stretch our legs, rehydrate, and we'll be back for the second half of Croc in a moment.
Yes, folks, if you've got any in-flight snacks, now's the time to break them out, get yourself a bottle of water, have a nice stretch, because we still have a little bit of our expedition to go. So yes, we will be taking a short break. When we come back, we will see the resolution of Croc 2. So don't go anywhere, please. Welcome back to Fast Travel, the show where we travel around the world meeting speedrunners and the games of their regions. Now, talking of different regions of the world, our 4th annual Latin American Heritage Month celebration is coming soon. Join us September 27th and 28th for showcases and speedruns featuring Latin America and Hispanic runners presented by Latins and Hispanics in speedrunning. Type LHS in chat to join the community, or LATAM for the full schedule. So without further ado, let's get back on with this Croc 2 speedrun when you are ready.
Thank you. Yeah, let's get back into it in 3, 2, 1, go.
So now we're going to the caveman village.
Yeah, but first
we're the third village in the game.
But we're going to go see Swap Meet Pete first, because he's just going to give us a little speech, and then we're going to ignore it. What's he telling us? He's saying, I can warp you around.
He'll be coming back later.
Yeah, we'll see him later. We'll see him at the end of the game as well, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Caveman Village, it was probably, it probably is still my most hated world, just because there's so much going on this world, and health management is extremely important here, for sure.
It's very long and difficult, for sure.
Yeah. So, with this minecart sequence here, you want to immediately hold right, because otherwise you're going to fall off the track, basically. Because on this minecart sequence, there's a lot more obstacles that you have to deal with, basically.
Yeah, you can actually die on these ones.
Yeah, and in some of the later levels, like if you do use those, like, I forgot what I call them, minecarts.
Yeah, so the objective of this level and the next level is to get these 4 wheels for the 3rd level. So we want to throw 2 TNT boxes at this box before it goes over the edge of these conveyor belts.
Oh,
Oh no!
Yeah,
that was an invisible, wasn't it? Terrible.
I felt that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, there's a glitch with this game where when you jump over a cliff that is on the edge of the void, like there's no floor below it, it sometimes just deletes Croc's horizontal momentum, so you can just fall, even though you had like a startup run for the jump. It can do stuff like that and just kill you.
Yeah,
it's very annoying.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I've had it happen here, for sure. So that's really unfortunate, but it's fine. Ooh. Let's make sure that doesn't happen again. There we go. Just going to grab that first wheel. We have 2 wheels to collect. Once we collect both of the wheels, we can just leave the level through any means necessary. So these barrels are relatively easy to avoid. You just keep doing your diagonal movement, and you'll probably never get hit by them. Oops, well, never mind.
Oh, well. you can run on the very edge to avoid the hitbox, but that's dangerous.
Yeah. So we're going to hold right all the way here, because if you hold left, you're going to fall off, and then you have to do the whole level again. And this is where this can get a little bit scary, just because we have a lot to do, basically, in these next 2 rooms. So we have to just...
So we hit this switch to divert the Dantini here, so he goes into the planks and blows them up, and now we can move on to the next room.
Yeah. The next room's not too bad, though. There is a bit more to recover if you do fall off. There is a nice little balloon down there. Whether that's the intended purpose, I don't know, but I don't think it is, because you wouldn't...
Yeah, so this switch makes that box move up to the same level as the tracks. It was below before, and now there's one more switch that we have to hit to divert the Dantini, and then we'll be able to get the whip. Oh, he did that on purpose to dodge him. Very clever.
Yeah. Just because I wasn't sure about the timing, because I couldn't hear it properly then. There we go. I heard that, though. So the Dantini crashed into the box. I'll jump over there, just get a nice speed boost, grab the tyre, and then just fall in.
Since he didn't get any checkpoints, we just go right back to the start of the level.
Yeah. Sometimes you can go past the trigger to leave the level as well, so you have to pull yourself back into the level just to trigger it. So they're the wheels in the mine. Now we're going to go get the wheels in the jungle, even though we are in sort of the jungle already. Now
this is a fun one because we pretty much skip the entire level.
Yeah, pretty much. This trick's pretty cool. It can be a little bit finicky to do at first, for sure. But when you understand how it works and everything, I'll try and explain how I do it. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get Croc to walk in a diagonal movement, but while sliding across the door. So I go here, use my analog stick until I get like sort of like that movement there. Then I jump at the edge and then try and jump back into the middle.
Yeah, I think this has something to do with the fact that the game only pushes you back collision-wise, like from good job, from the front. So if you approach something from the side, you can get close enough to it that you're clipping through it, and then if you turn, it doesn't push you back successfully. Instead, it sort of gives you a little nudge forward, which you can use to clip through things. It doesn't work on every wall. It only works on certain game objects like that.
Yeah. And with that, that's level done. We've already got both of the tyres. Can def abuse again, just to go back to the entrance. And then we leave. That's, again, some of these levels just go that quickly, like, once you skip essentially the entire portion. Because I think Wheels in the Jungle is a very long level. Because there's a lot of...
Yeah, it is normally.
There's a lot you have to do. I think there's like a dinosaur section and everything that you have to avoid.
Yeah, when it comes to the many skips in this game, we stand on the shoulders of the giants that have come before us, for sure.
Too bad we can't skip the Gold Rock race.
Yeah.
So here we go again.
There is another level later that you'll be begging to skip, which we have been trying to find a way to skip for years, but we haven't. So,
right. So yeah, the Gold Rock race, pretty much the same as the boat race, except it's car mechanics this time. And the track layout's a little bit different. For some reason, this level lags a little bit for me at times. Don't think it obviously does it on PC, of course, but because
it doesn't on PC, but it did do it on console. Like this segment here with the water. Yep, there it is.
Yep. So I can feel that, and it's definitely feels this ain't speedrunning at all anymore. But yeah, pretty much it's the same race as the boat race. Oh, hang on. You can see
the collision's pretty janky. You can actually get stuck in walls here if you're not careful. I lost a run to it once. I have also seen another runner just clip into the floor and get stuck randomly. I think that happened on stage at a speedrunning event.
Oh no!
And that was the only time we've ever seen that happen.
The other thing to point out as well, the position as well that you can see in the top left. Sometimes it just decides to flicker back and forth between whatever position, because I don't think it's truly like understanding where you are in terms of the level. Sometimes it flicks me back. When I pass a car, like even though I'm like quite ahead of it, it'll still flick me back to third, but I don't think it will do that towards the end of the race. I think it understands where I am, and then it's like, oh. It's like Burnout this a little bit, trying to take them out. But
yeah, since these Dantinis go on a predetermined path, you're pretty much contending with them as an immovable object there. But you can also use them to push yourself forward if you manage to get to the front of the hitbox.
Yeah. I will definitely point out I'm not the best at... I'm alright at racing games, but this isn't a racing game. This is just... this exists just for the... For the
variety.
For the variety, yes, that's a good one, yeah. But we're just going to chase down this last one. I would definitely say that this is the one that you can actually lose.
Yeah,
I'd say
that happened to me in a race once, actually.
Oh no, I better get past him very quickly. But no, we should be fine. We've got plenty of time on this lap, so...
Yeah, I think you've got him. It's just that if you get stuck on other wall too many times, you can be too far behind. Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
I'm assuming a loss would mean having to redo the race.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So that's
I love the concept here that these are cavemen, right? Yeah. And after inventing the wheel, the very next thing they did was invent go-karts and a very intricate minecart system.
That's the obvious thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I would agree, yeah. The caveman GP, I don't know, like Formula One would be jealous these days. But now, it was all fun and games with Gold Rock Race and Wheels in the Jungle. Now we're on to a level where, well, I think we have to say every single speedrunner hates this level.
I don't know about every single one, but I definitely do.
Yeah, I hate it because... This is
the first boss of the Caveman Village, yep. Venus Fly on Trap.
So we're just going to try and do a jump there. We've missed that.
So, like the other boss fights, they sort of built it around the idea of picking up and throwing objects. So there are rocks that fall, and you have to throw them perfectly down these ramps to get them to roll into the giant Venus flytrap's mouth.
Yeah.
But the fly trap has vines that sort of wiggle around and can get in the way. So if you don't time the throw perfectly, they just fall to the ground and break. So if you're not perfect, pretty much, you will just waste all the rocks and you have to go back down and get more. So this level can balloon into minutes and minutes of lost time if you're not careful.
For sure it can. And even if you know the rhythm and everything for it, sometimes it still fails you, and
it just changes sometimes. The like predetermined path will just switch. Like she normally does the swish thing, but sometimes it switches around.
There we go. Good first one. So then the gobblers get spat out, and we have to go collect them basically quickly before they go back into the mouth. So I'm just going to wait again.
Defeating a boss with skee ball is a nice concept.
Yeah, so the way that you're normally meant to do this is to walk all the way back up to the top of the ramps and throw them down that way. But we realized that you can just stand at the bottom of the ramps and throw them up and it still works. But it does make it a bit harder because you have to listen for the sounds instead of watching the pattern of the vines.
Nice.
That was really clean.
Yeah, really happy with that. Thank you. So the thing I hate about this level is the ramps are so jank as well, because you can throw it onto the ramp and sometimes it'll just break. And that's so frustrating because then again, you just have to keep getting more and more and more until the respawn.
So this is a fun one coming up. This is a level where there is a skip that allows you to get past almost the entire thing, but getting the skip on PlayStation is really, really awkward and difficult. So,
yeah, like I think you tried to explain it to me on the Discord server on how the geometry works compared on PS1 compared to PC.
I could get into it, but basically the game is made out of squares, quads, right? Most games are made out of triangles, but on the PlayStation, the data could be stored as quads and then split into triangles like when the level is built. For whatever reason, the PC version does it the opposite way, so the triangles are all the other way around, if that makes any sense. And because of that, certain skips are done in slightly different positions. So this one was thought to be impossible for the longest time until I noticed that triangle thing, and it turns out it actually is possible. But it is also way harder for whatever reason. Yeah, so the objective here is to jump sideways into this wall, and then rather than falling out of the level, you just warp up to the top. And just give you a second to focus here, because this is pretty difficult.
It is pretty tricky, yeah.
There's some big crocodile energy from the chat.
Let's see. A bit more there. What was it?
I'm so sorry for discovering this.
Like, if you do get the trick, it's nearly like a minute time save for sure.
It's probably still going to be a time save now. Like, it skips the entire level.
But again, it seems easier to perform on PC from when I was testing it. But
it's much easier on PC.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just completely different for whatever reason, the collision or something.
Right, let's see.
You got this, Gene.
Ooh. I'm more worried about...
You've got it when you hit those ones. Try starting just a little bit further back, I think.
Further back?
Yeah.
We'll give it a few more attempts, and then if we can't, then we'll have to move on. Because we got it quite easily in practice, I think, didn't we? Oh, there we go. Hey.
There it is. Great job.
Let's get some claps in chat. Well done.
So yeah, these upwarps are obviously fantastic on the PC version because they're easier to perform, and you do it in so many more places than just there. But you can do the upwarps anywhere on this version, but as we've pointed out, it's pretty tricky. Even with
it's really awkward.
Yeah. But it is possible. I would definitely recommend doing it on this level only, just to begin with, because I think we've tried it on the waterfall level.
Yeah, but you have to do like 6 or 7 of them on waterfall, which is obviously not ideal for this version.
And that's without falling off the ledges as well, which is just super awkward on this version. So now we're moving on to the final main level of the hub. and we have to go save some more gobbers. Now, we saved a couple gobbers earlier, just 2 or 3, just a small bunch. Now we have to save 50 gobbers. And
That's a lot of gobbers.
Yeah, that is a lot of gobbers. It's probably more gobbers than... well, actually, no, I don't know how many gobbers are in Croc 1? 6?
6 in each level, 6 in each village, 4 villages, so it's 36 times 4.
Maths. Oh.
I don't know. You can do that for yourself at home.
Yeah. Get educated and you get treated to Croc too. Wow. But
So what's happening here is that the level gives you some water that you can throw. It just sort of comes out as a little bubble in front of you, and then use that to put the fire out. You get 4 to start with, and you can refill it by jumping into water. And there are certain pools positioned around the level to let you refill.
Yeah.
Which we do have to consider when we plan routes for speedrunning it.
Yeah, for sure. So again, on this level, I mentioned earlier, health management is important. On this level, especially important, because we're going to be using our HP just to do a few death abuse.
This is where the trick that we talked about earlier, where you can frame perfect jump off the lava, really comes in handy. There's a segment where we use that.
Yeah. You're going to hear yippee quite a lot as well.
Lots of yippies.
Yeah, they're so excited to see us. There we go. Got to be careful with that log there as well, because you can jump into the fire by accident. So you can take it out if you really want to, but I'm just keeping extra water because I can do this, and just saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, so this room coming up is where we do it all out of order. There's a checkpoint gong that you can use to just sort of come back to the same point in the level over and over. So we do that, we jump off the side here instead of going straight, and do this segment over here, backwards.
That flame there, you have to be really careful though. Oops. You have to be careful because it kind of just appears out of nowhere. And sometimes it doesn't appear. Sometimes it just doesn't load in for some reason. So
you can do this without the key and the extra heart, but he's getting them just for safety. This can be pretty slow as well. There are some tricks that you can do where you stomp off the lava and do hazard jumps, but those are incredibly dangerous. So
yeah.
We're just not going to worry about that this time.
I think they're great jumps to do, but I think you're having to get the jump and then pretty much get back onto the railing as well, because if you don't, then you're going to respawn back at the gong.
Yeah. You have to get the hazard jump the first time and then the stomp, or you just die.
Yeah.
It's kind of loving the yippies. Plenty of yippies from our travellers.
Oh, we've got 20 more to go.
The voice talent of Jonathan Iris.
20 more yippies to go.
So, the thing about vines on this game as well, they're so awkward compared to Croc 1. You could do like a... Oh, no, you can't really do butt jumps on Croc 1, what we're talking about.
No, you can't. Yeah, that was a move that they put in this game to just give it a bit more... I guess diversity with the controls. So we're just doing the safety option here instead of trying to get the jumps across the lava, but we still have to do it on this segment. So good luck.
Oh, nice.
Well done.
Nice.
So you can see that we still got a tiny bit of HP left. We did take some accidental damage earlier when we went onto the rock, because I tried to use my water, but my water didn't happen. So at that point I had to just continue because I don't really think I could have done anything. I think I could have switched to the water, to be honest, but...
Yeah, so now we're going to do one last death abuse. And, oh dear, no, don't...
No, you're fine.
Oh,
you see?
that is tricky. I think you missed a gobbo, though.
No, we're fine.
Really?
Yeah, it's two at the
Oh, okay.
48.
Oh, I thought you missed a gobbo. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, there's only 2 more yippies.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There we go. And for our trouble, we get a nice health refill because we got 100 crystals. Oh, well, that level was exciting. There's gold, apparently, that one as well.
Oh, good job.
And again, Baron Dante again. We see him for a split second. He's scheming again. What is he up to, I wonder?
The Village Masher.
Indeed.
That's probably what it says in Japanese, unless they gave it a different name.
Oh. And again, we can go straight to the boss by just jumping up here onto the box.
Mm. Yeah, so this is another one where you got to pick something up and throw it. This time you got to pick up a bucket to fill it with water, throw it in the water, and then throw it into the village mash's mouth when he opens his mouth to breathe fire.
You can walk into the water with the bucket as well, but it's just slower to do that, so... Now, this boss is a little bit annoying as well, mainly because the range of where you can throw the bucket is kind of limited to basically his sort of silver jaw, basically.
Yeah, he also puts down these little fire patches which can sort of spit out fireballs directly at you, and if you're carrying the bucket when that happens, oh dear, if you're carrying the bucket when that happens, you just drop it and lose the water.
Yeah.
And that can be a big pain. Like, you sort of have to manipulate where he walks as well, because he tries to walk towards you and then just do circles. So you want him to be away from the middle so he doesn't get you while you're trying to pick the bucket up, like what's happening now. Yeah, watch out. That's probably gonna... Oh, it didn't spit fire on you, but I really thought it was going to there.
Where's he going? Oh. Nice, there we go. That
Good
boss
job.
went a lot better than it did in practice earlier when I was live. I lost about 3 minutes here earlier, and I was like, oh man. And with that, Caveman Village is done. Like,
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good caveman, apart from the upwalk trouble. But yeah,
for sure.
Good work.
Thank you. So again, we want to skip all these lovely text boxes with the gobbos. No, he literally spoke to me in the last possible chance then when I was in the trigger.
So now we're going to do some shopping for an interesting glitch.
Yep.
Which I think, which level are you doing now?
So I'm going to be doing the 30 gobble babies next. And then we're going to be doing up the waterfall. Yep. We're going to go shopping because we're hungry. I mean, all that hard work, Croc. I mean, he needs to eat something. So why not have some jelly that's just out in the open, you know? Because why not? Some orange jelly, because we like orange. But this is interesting to point out as well. There's a few differences. On the PAL version and TSC version, they're actually donuts. But on the Japanese
they're
version,
not. They're not donuts. They're Lifesavers gummy savers. This is actually a product placement sponsorship where they actually look like Lifesavers too. In the backpack icon, it has the word Lifesavers on them. They just did that as a promo, but I guess that was only in America and Australia. So for the rest of the world, it's just they're jellies like in Croc 1.
So what we can do on this level as well is I'll explain what we're doing on this level, should I?
Baby surfing.
Yes, baby surfing. So on this level, we've got to save more gobbos. So we've gone from 50 gobbos, now we're saving 30 baby gobbos. And unfortunately, all these Dantinis have kidnapped them, and then we just need to go grab them all. And we're going to try and zip with this one. Oh, pretty good.
Wow, that was great baby surfing.
Yeah. So we can basically surf some of the babies just to make them a bit closer to the thing. Unfortunately, they do sometimes respawn, so...
Yeah, I think that one might have fallen through the floor, so that's why he respawned.
Yeah, so this is the other thing about this level. You can throw the baby gobbo into the playpen, and sometimes it'll just clip out of bounds, and then it'll reset its position. And that's not good, because obviously you have to go
The throwing is really janky. Like, they sometimes just sort of do grinds on the edge of the playpen and don't land in it.
Yeah, this level is notorious for me. When I was doing my casual playthrough for the first time, like 2 years ago, I fell out of bounds nearly at the end of the level. And that was after trying to search for one last gobbo baby for like an hour. I couldn't find it.
How did you manage that?
I don't know. So, you know these doorways that we're entering? I clicked on the corner, basically, on there. And I was like...
I have never seen that. That's amazing.
It just happened, and I was like, okay. And I was kind of frustrated, because when you respawn on this level, which you're not you're not able to do that, really, because there's no pitfalls, there's no spike pits or anything. It resets the progress on the counter to 0. So all those gobbers that I collected, I thought that I lost them. However...
So the way that the crystals work in this level is that if you save the baby without them crying, which they start crying if they hit the ground without landing in the playpen, that's the only way to get half of the crystals in this level. So if you're doing a type of run where you need to get all the crystals, you can't let a single baby cry, which can be a real pain. So we actually clip out of bounds on purpose in those situations to get them to respawn.
Yeah, so basically, how it works as well, like, I think I just mentioned it, but even though the counter resets to 0, if you collected like 25 and then clipped out of bounds and it resets to 0, you can still collect 5 basically, and it'll still clear the flag for the level.
The babies go back to their positions, but I think they still count as collected. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can actually get even more crystals basically, but it does nothing. These baby gobbles can be a little bit of annoying to pick up because sometimes, I mean, again, it goes back to what we talked about before, like if they start crying, you lose crystals. And sometimes when they come out of the pot, you just don't grab them in time, and then that's it. You have to do the whole thing again.
Yeah, and there's no grab button in the game. Like, with all the items that you can carry around, you just sort of have to walk up to them and hope that Croc detects them, and he sometimes doesn't, and you just sort of walk past them awkwardly, which has happened to you a few times in this run, I think. But, yeah, they probably could have made that a bit cleaner, but, you know, it works fairly.
I do have a question, though. Why are we defeating the Dantinis here when these babies are just on swings, like just enjoying themselves?
That is a good question.
Like, honestly, Dantini wasn't doing anything. He was just watching over them, making sure they were okay. And now Croc's like, nah, get off the swing. Back to bed. But yeah, so this is it's similar to the 50 Gobbo levels. It's quite a long one. This one's, for me, it's about 7.5 to 8 minutes long. So this is actually the longest level, but in terms of the like sort
this is the one I was talking about before when I said there was a level that we really want to skip because it's just so long, it's so janky, it's right at the very end of the run as well.
Yeah, for sure. Oops. The HP doesn't matter too much here right now because we'll be able to get some more of it later.
You don't want to die though.
No, I don't. I don't want to lose too much HP as well because I've still got the next level to deal with, which requires me to not waste my jelly, basically. Otherwise, I have to go back to the shop to go get another jelly and then do the whole thing again. Ooh. So the other thing to point out as well, the Dantinis won't shoot you if you've got a baby in your hand. So that's.
But if they shoot before you pick it up, they can still get you with the shot and you drop it. So you got to be careful.
So we're pretty much 2/3 of the way done here. Just got to get this one over here. There's one more baby in this section, and then we can move on. I'm going to pick up the extra heart as well, which is just on the roof of this sort of tower-shaped building. Oh yeah, cat butt bounce, never mind. Yeah. There's an extra heart that we can pick up in a moment anyway, so that should be fine. But yeah, this is definitely all about just remembering the route, really, for this level.
Yeah, it's like pretty hard to forget as well. It's so like you have so much time to think about it while you're sort of going back and forth with these babies.
Yeah. I mean, when I started learning this game, I was like, this was one of the levels I was dreading the most. Just not because of my bad experience with it, but it was more just like it is a long level, and this is where you Croc.
He's doing that in rhythm with the music too. Did you notice that? Wow.
I haven't got time to dance, Croc.
He's just jamming out.
But yeah, like, you know, this level wasn't a pain to learn, to be honest, like, because you just got to remember how many you need in each section, and then it's relatively easy after that.
Yeah, it's an endurance test. These pots can be a bit confusing. Like, I think like 2 or 3 of these pots have babies in them. I can only remember them while I'm doing it, but you know, yeah, like that one. There's another one over there, I think.
So that's all of them out of the pots now, and then there's just the Dantinis. I've got the rest of them, and there's one in the cage now. So,
right, okay.
Yoink, thank you. I'll take this one here. You kind of got to optimize which playpen you go to. Like this one would be a bit more convenient for that one. There was one that I should have taken upstairs earlier, but it doesn't matter. So
no, it's not a massive time save.
Nope. Little somersault.
Oh, we just did the front flip. I don't think you've done that yet.
We sort of did on the first level, but we didn't use it properly, did we?
Yeah, no.
So, yeah, as I mentioned before, if you press L1 and R1, we can do a little somersault. And we've used it in a few areas.
He does a little hop and then a front flip, so you have to sort of plan it out well in advance. The reason that we use those inputs to do the skip in the first level is because he basically looks really hard for the floor, and he won't slide as much.
Yeah. Yeah, this game was only ported onto the PS1 and the PC. It wasn't ported onto the Sega Saturn, unfortunately. But we don't talk about that.
I think they wanted to port it to the Dreamcast, actually, but that never happened.
Yeah. And there we go.
Because this game was 1999-2000, which is when the Dreamcast had already launched.
Yeah.
PS2 was still a fair ways away. I think that probably had some impact on why the game didn't sell so well either, because the next generation was just around the corner.
That as well, but the performance of Croc on the Sega Saturn was pretty poor. And the gameplay was slightly tweaked as well. You had limited continues on that version, whereas the PC and the PS1 version, you had infinite continues. For Croc, of all things, you need infinite continues.
Yeah, definitely. No, this game would have been really good on the Dreamcast, actually, because the draw distance. Oh, we should talk about what's happening here. Sorry.
Don't mind Croc. He's just having a bit of a flop.
Yeah. So because the inventory was kept empty by not getting the binoculars at the start of the game, he was able to use that jelly, which normally gives you a little boost up to give the jelly space to spawn, but because your inventory is empty, it just thinks you still have the jelly, so you can use it over and over and get that little jump that it gives you when you use the jelly. So you can just keep doing it over and over and float up to the top of the level. And this level's over almost as soon as it starts, so you don't have to do any up warps to skip it. Oh yeah, this tree is really awkward.
There we go. Sorry, Dantini, but you're in the way.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Really getting into the spirit of fast travel there.
Indeed.
That's right.
But yeah, we're approaching the end of the level already. This level, it's quite fun to play, I would say. There's a lot more going inside than it is outside, but that's the waterfall level done. And I would say that's probably the main selection of levels done for the game. That's the last main platforming level.
Yeah, because they didn't have as much time to finish the game, the final village only has 2 main levels, and then the first boss, the next 2 levels, and the second boss are all sort of done as one long gauntlet.
Yep.
So this is the first boss. We can't see him yet because of the draw distance, but he's there, trust us.
Yeah, we're just in a Spitfire now all of a sudden,
There he is. That's Baron Dante. He's the main villain of the game.
Yes, he's come back.
This first boss fight. So the objective here is to shoot his big glowing red spot with the bullets. And if you shoot him early enough, he will actually peek out a second time before you go around for another pass. Yep, there he is. You got it. So that's the double cycle, and that cuts about, I think, almost a minute off this boss fight.
It's about a minute.
Nice.
So you've got to be basically in the right position for that, and it's quite easy to do that as well, because when he does his first fireball attack, you want to look at where he finishes after throwing it, and that's basically where you want to aim for. And then that's the sweet spot. He
moves forward in his throwing animation, and the bullets have a limited range, so you basically get to the point where you can start hitting him, and then from then on you just want to be perfectly positioned so the bullets get his little belt buckle.
Yeah. I'm gonna dodge that one. Just want to get some HP stored. Oh, come on. There we go. I was a bit unsure then because it didn't hit him. I was like, okay. So,
very dodgy.
Moving on to Dungeon of Fright, which is kind of reminiscent of an existing level from Croc 1, which has lots of sort of puzzles that we have to do. Because who doesn't love puzzles in a platforming game?
Yeah. In Croc 1, they're all sort of recycled from other levels, but in this one, they're all brand new. So there's a specific way that we have to do this to inflate these platforms so we can get up to the top, to get the key, and then do it the other way to get out of this room. And you can see that 20 crystals at the bottom of the screen, that will start counting down if you take too long. So the only way to get 100 crystals in this level is to do all of these before they start counting down.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really matter.
It doesn't, but it would be nice to have a bit of extra HP. So hopefully we're going to try and get 100 crystals here.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned, but when you collect 100, it refills your health.
Yeah. This level's quite interesting on the retro achievements because specifically you only need 97 out of 100 crystals, so they're quite generous in terms of
yeah, wow, that was nice of them.
I think it's because of the barrel room that we're coming up to soon.
Yeah.
we're going to explain how awful that room is. It's different on different versions because of, like how the visuals are rendered in, I think. So
Yeah, we actually adjust the graphics settings in the PC version just for that one room to make the shadows less transparent so that you can see where the barrels are going to land.
yeah. So what we're doing here is we're just reorientating these arrows to have this TNT box follow us, which you can hear behind us.
This is a pretty boring room.
Yeah. You can't really lose this room, to be honest. It looks like it wasn't going to blow up the box then, but I was like, So now we're moving into the third room, which is not really my favourite, to be honest.
Yeah, this is a lot like the segments from Croc 1 where you chase the box, but it's way easier in Croc 1 because you can just run straight at it and it goes under you. But this one is devilish. It just gets away from you if you're not perfect.
There we go.
Oh, good job.
So you only need to touch it once on top, and then it'll just stop, basically. So
It was a bit convoluted, wasn't it? There's a padlock on the wall which leads to a chain that makes the cage fall down and burn because of the fireplace.
but that's nothing compared to this room. Oh, this room.
Yeah, this is the one we were talking about. So the objective here is to catch these barrels which spawn randomly in the room. The only way to know where the barrel's going to fall is to see the shadow on the fog, which is very hard to see, as you're probably experiencing right now.
That is...
Yep, there it is.
Wow.
That one was a bit easier because it happened to spawn on top of the white part of the fog. But that was that was a really good barrel room, actually. That was some very good spawns.
Yeah,
That was really good. Well done.
Thank you. And that's good for me because it means I get some health refill after this room, unless I mess up this room. What we're going to do is we're going to have to hit these switches, and there's timers on these switches, basically, once you start hitting them. So that's why I started from the other side.
You've got to be careful with this platform too. Like, it does lock you in the middle, but sometimes you can just fall off if you keep moving too much.
Yeah, so these platforms...
has happened to me, and I have lost runs to it, so I do not take this room lightly.
Yeah, so this moving platform does try to follow you wherever you are, but it's not exactly super intelligent, so just be very careful.
As soon as it touches the columns, it stops moving and it lets you move, so you have to be really careful with the running in place.
Oh, so that's what I mean. Like, I want to wait till the camera moves before I even try it. And there we go.
Yeah, that's the thing. There is no free camera control in this game. They basically thought that was cheating to use the right stick to control the camera, which is hilarious now.
Considering that the game was full analog control as well, it's like...
Yeah, and the only way to control the camera is that you can press circle to make it go behind you faster, which it does on its own automatically as well.
Yeah.
That was scary. I don't know why you did that.
Because it's exciting.
Okay.
So welcome to Gu Manchu's Tower. God, that's a mouthful to say.
Yeah.
This level is... it's pretty stressful for me because we're not going to really take any checkpoints here. I'm going to wait, though, for a second because I don't want to fall down.
Yeah. Good choice.
But it's stressful because if you fall at any time into that acid, or that goo, I guess.
The goo,
The goo, yes. Basically, we have to do the whole level again if we don't hit any gongs. And that's the idea, basically. We're gonna play it a little bit risky. For the excitement. It's relatively easy.
Brave.
But you've got to be confident with your jumps on this one. Especially with the moving platforms. Like, if you feel like it's going to move... I mean, you can still jump. Oops. You can still jump it, but you want to basically just do a butt bounce or a butt jump because you want to just get a bit more height before you actually land. So here, you're fine.
Because you have to wait for the next platform to rise anyway, like, it doesn't give you that much advantage, but there are some rooms where there aren't as many of those rising platforms, so you do actually get a few seconds to save by doing it faster that way.
Yeah, so we can do like a butt jump here, for example. Could have done it a little bit earlier there. So there's I think there's 4 rooms to this, 4 or 5 rooms. And then we actually go against Goo Man. It's actually quite a hard boss, I would say.
There's 4, I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, there's checkpoints everywhere that you can take if you really needed to just do a little safety save anywhere.
Yeah, those little goo piles just fall, and they can surprise you if you're not careful. Like, you got to be ready for them, or they damage you.
Yeah, they'll always spawn in the same areas, so you just got to remember when they spawn. But they spawn in such different patterns. Like, sometimes they'll spawn at the doorway, sometimes they won't, because some rooms just have it a little bit different. Ooh. So But yeah, we're getting really close to the end of the game now. So there's this level, and then we've got the final boss to deal with.
Yep.
So it's kind of like a boss rush, this, in a way. Because
the final boss is almost an auto-scroller. There's a couple of things that you can do to make it a little bit faster. I don't know if you're going to attempt those, but I can explain them if you do want to.
You can go ahead, yeah.
Okay, well, I think we'll do it when we get to him, since it's a bit more abstract if you don't know how the fight works. Yeah, see, look, that can happen.
Down, glue. I'm trying to look for the checkpoint, actually, because I'm a bit nervous right now. Just to make sure, because I nearly died in that room that we were just in. I nearly fell off because the moving platform wasn't where I expected it to be. So I'm just going to take that for safety. Otherwise, we have to do another 3 minutes of this level again. And that's not good. That's how I lost a PB once, because that just happened. And it was just because I wasn't confident. So... Because it feels like the platform is about to move, but then it's just not really, so... And so that's pretty much the end of the level. We just got one more room to do, which is at the end of this corridor.
Which is where Goo Manchu is.
Yep, and he is one of the hardest bosses, I would say. Got to walk around here, avoid all the slimes, or the goos, and then just hit the pipe. There we go, he's done.
If you're feeling really daring, you can hazard jump across the goo to get to this quicker, but there's no reason to do that. You can also go straight through Goo Manchu because he's not a tangible object.
Yep. I've also had Croc spin around on that wheel as well when it spins around, because sometimes he gets caught by it.
I thought he was about to do it then when it pushed you, but no.
Yep. And welcome to Baron Dante, finally, the real one.
Yep. So here we are. So the way that this boss fight works is that Baron Dante, when he gets to those stone piles, he will shoot them with his laser eye to spawn a Dantini out of stone. And he throws fireballs, but he only throws fireballs when you're looking at him, so you can use the position of the camera to manipulate how much he moves. And I don't know if you're going to attempt this, but if you do it at just the right time, you can make one of the Dantinis pick the Professor Gobbo up, and he carries him back to the color crystals faster than if you walk back on his own.
Right.
So that's after the green crystal, I think, is the one where you can try that.
Yeah, we can give it a try.
Yeah.
But yeah, this boss fight, it's a bit of a shame, really, because this boss fight is it's very underwhelming. You know, you've done all that hard work, and then you just get rewarded with this. And yeah, I don't mind it.
And if you go for 100%, the secret world's not much more impressive.
No, the secret world is well, for all intents and purposes, it's just a replay of some existing levels, but just shortened down with a few extra enemies. And a few extra buttons. It's really disappointing because it looks exciting. It looks like, oh, you're going to go against them again in a big epic fight for like a secret boss. No, it just plays the credits. So
yeah, they did not have enough time to finish this game, unfortunately.
Oh, what am I doing?
Whoa, that was crazy camera behavior.
Where is he? Where is he? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so he doesn't throw fireballs if you're not looking at him. He just keeps going until he gets to the next rock and then makes another Dantini.
So he keeps having a bit of a and then he blows us away. It's interesting that the professor
this is where you can do the trick if you want to. If you look straight at him until he makes the first Dantini on the rock and throws the fireball, and then just look away and don't let him do anything, he will go straight to the rock and make a Dantini. And then the Dantini will get the gobbo at just the right time. So you can then follow the Dantini and get him right as he gets to the crystal pile. Okay, so now just look away and deals the fireball. Oh, I think he reactivated him too soon. Oh, wait, no.
I'll leave it for now, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. We're nearly there anyway. We've got one more gem to do after this one. Just want to get in the camera shot because, you know, Croc has done all this hard work. He deserves to be in the camera shot. So we've got one more wind cycle here. Got to be a little bit careful here, though, because I'm on 1 out of 6. This is probably the only time you'll actually take damage, really, because, again, the fireballs are really easy to avoid. You can just
if you jump just before he throws them, he actually throws them high and they go way over your head.
Dentini spawned behind me. Interesting. Kind of expected him to be over there. But yeah, time is coming up extremely soon. Oops.
Yeah, it's as soon as the gobbo gets to that yellow spot and puts the crystal down, it's time.
Come on. And time.
Woo!
Well done.
Thank you. Who did the voice of this then? Same.
That is Jonathan Iris as well. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
He's very versatile.
Yeah. And Baron Dante.
And then they did some pitch shifting, of course.
Yeah. And then he gets sucked back into the portal for what we hope is Croc free, but I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah. The end credits say, "Is this the end of Croc? You'll have to wait and see." And that was 26 years ago.
Yeah. But no, Argonaut are still going these days. Obviously, they remastered Croc 1. We should be seeing a Croc 2 remaster, maybe, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Fingers crossed.
So with that, yeah, just want to say, yeah, that was pretty good, that run, I think. You know, I think it was a 126, I think, 125.
Yeah, you definitely had some very clean gameplay for a lot of the run, like especially the boss fights. I think you did very well.
Yeah, thank you. And no, honestly, the commentary has been absolutely wonderful from you, so thank you, Limbus.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you as well to Nick as well for setting up fast travel as well. It was really exciting when he came onto the server and asked for some British runners to run British games, and I thought, wait a second, Croc is British. So yeah. Oh, and there's Croc's family as well, look, and he's got a little baby brother.
Baby.
Yeah, so this was the objective of the story, but we didn't really read any of the dialogue, and it's in Japanese anyway, so we wouldn't have known. Unless you speak Japanese, but I don't.
Oh. Croc went travelling, he went exploring, and he's gone back home to his parents. I love
What's weird about the dialogue, though, is that it looks like it's all written in katakana. I don't know enough Japanese to be able to read it, but I recognise those symbols.
Right. But, yeah, with that said and done, I'll let the outro play, but I'll hand it back over to Nick. So thank you very much for letting me run this game. It was wonderful. It was great to see Robocop and Mr. Blobby. I don't think Mr. Blobby's ever been at any sort of GDQ event at all. Or any hotfix.
Somehow I don't think it will again.
I didn't even know that there was a Mr. Blobby video game. That was that was amazing to see.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for bringing Croc 2 here. I can tell you that your final time was 1 hour, 25 minutes and 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
So yeah, really fantastic.
That's actually very good.
Yeah, my PB's at 122, I think. Yeah, 22:46, so 3 minutes off, 2 and a quarter. Yeah, happy with that.
Yeah, so this is going to be the only time in the whole game where we see the side of Swap Meet Pete. We don't see him from directly in front, which might be exciting for you if you're a big fan of Swap Meet Pete. So
yeah, he just appears, and I was quite surprised on how big Swap Meet Pete is as well. It's like, wow.
Yeah, and he actually has a tail, which you never see during the rest of the game, but you can kind of see it here.
I'm excited for this now. Oh, there it is.
There it is. There it is.
Wait, and he's wearing a fez just like Mr. Blobby was.
But that's right, yeah.
I was not expecting fez. Oh.
Croc free? Croc free? There's 3 eggs?
Oh.
Who knows? Anyway.
Those are actually the 3 eggs that you get in the secret world.
Yeah. Oh.
Maybe one day.
Maybe.
Well, thank you so much for bringing this fantastic little platformer to GDQ Hotfix and to this first episode of Fast Travel. Where can our wonderful fellow travelers in chat find you online?
So everyone can find me on my Twitch channel and also my Blue Sky as well. But we can find all the runners, including the wonderful Limbus, on the Croc speedrunning server. And we certainly want more Croc 2 runners for sure. On PlayStation, of course, not PC, you know. But
yeah, just don't take my max % world record, please.
You can take it soon, maybe not yet. But no, it'd be great to see more runners for Croc and Croc 2, and even the handheld games as well, because there was Croc and Croc 2.
They are interesting, yeah.
Yeah, they're quite a different experience, so it's definitely worth checking those out. So yeah, head over to the Croc Speedrun server and check out all the helpful guides, and if you need any help as well, you can always just shout out.
Yeah, I also post my Croc speedruns on YouTube. I don't stream them. I just post the successful runs when I get them on my YouTube channel, which is called Limbus 6. Yeah, if you could go over there and drop me a sub, I'd really appreciate it. And thanks so much for having me for the commentary on this run.
No, you're absolutely welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you both. Can we please get some yippies in chat for Infinity Gene and Limbus? An absolutely fantastic showcase. A lovely way to finish our first ever episode of Fast Travel. So you have been watching Fast Travel. This is the show where we go to a different region every episode and check out the sights, sounds, and speedruns that the world has to offer. Before we go and hand over to our next show, I did want to do one more quick reminder about volunteering for Games Done Queer. It is coming up October 31st to November 2nd, but volunteer submissions close on September 22nd, which if you're like me and you're in the UK, that's actually 2 days from now, not 3, because it's already well past midnight for me. That is how Fast Travel works. So yes, if you do want to submit a volunteer application for GD Queer, then please go over to gdq.gg/volunteer GD Queer to volunteer for the event and get involved. It'd be great to have you. So that concludes the first episode of Fast Travel. We have journeyed through a little bit of the earlier time in British video games. We had the wonderful, terrifying Mr. Blobby, an amazing showcase of just what Brits think is great television. I was never a big fan of Mr. Blobby myself. I still don't quite understand how it gained the popularity that it did. Howlin' Mad Mike then showed us the wonderful little Robocop and a really nice classic PlayStation 1 platformer to finish with Croc 2. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves very much, and we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. And I'm not going to tell you the exact games, but I can tell you that we are not taking a very long journey away from the UK, because we are just hopping over the channel, little bit over to the east, because we are taking a trip to the Netherlands for our next episode, where we've got 2 runs. We're going to take a car journey around Amsterdam, and then we actually saw a little example of it in Croc. We're going to be taking on some robot dinosaurs. So I'll leave you to ponder what those games could possibly be. But I will see you, hopefully, in 2 weeks' time for the next episode of Fast Travel. And before I close out today, I just want to say a huge thank you to GDQ and the GDQ Hotfix staff for letting me be a showrunner. This is the first time I've ever done a show run like this. I've hosted for various events and stuff before, but nothing compares to doing something like this. The opportunity as a Brit to do this, a reminder, it is now 2:45 in the morning for me, and this is going to be my life for at least until December, and who knows into the future. So a huge thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this, and to give everyone across the world an opportunity to try and run their games at the friendliest time zone possible, as far as Hotfix goes. So a huge thank you to the staff and to Hotfix for having me. Huge thank you to all of our wonderful viewers, all of our fellow travelers in chat today. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We will be going to a break, but when we come back, Amber Cyprian is coming up with Passion Project. Fantastic show, I'm sure you'll agree. So from me, I've been NickRPGreen. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah.